Good morning. Welcome in. This update presented by DraftKings. We're going to start off with the Padres here, who struggle against the Pirates. That continues. They lose 8-4 last night at Petco Park. Yu Darvish giving up 4 home runs in the loss. They have 2 more games against the Pirates before a Thursday day off at home. NL West scores. Giants lose 5-1 to the Tigers. Rockies take down the Nationals 10-6. Diamondbacks lose to the Cardinals 10-6. And the Dodgers lose to the Blue Jays in 11 innings 6-3. Over in the NFL, big news this morning. Saquon Barkley and the Giants have come to terms on a 1-year deal worth potentially $11 million. 10.1 of that is guaranteed. If he exceeds 1,300 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, and 65 receptions this season, he will get the full 11. Other NFL news, the Las Vegas Raiders boost their secondary. They add 3-time Pro Bowl cornerback Marcus Peters to the roster. This update was presented by DraftKings.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. San Diego Sports 760, doing things right on a Tuesday. Rich is back east at this point, hanging out with his family, enjoying a little time off. So it's TD and Fletch at the helm, trying to steer this ship through uncharted waters.
Definitely the most handsome duo that we've ever had.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Just taking out that Uggo Ornberger, I think this makes a lot of things better.
That chiseled face, ugly
Ornberger.
So
perfect and stupid.
God, I hate it.
Can I read you a line from Kevin Acey's article before the game yesterday?
Yeah, that'd be great.
This will just launch us off into some depression real quick.
That'd be great.
Before we get into fun stuff and, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch stuff.
Good.
Here's a line directly from Kevin Acey before yesterday's game. The Pirates had lost 12 of 13 games before sweeping the Padres last month in Pittsburgh. And since sweeping the Padres, the Pirates have lost 13 of 17. Quinn Priester, the starter for the Padres tonight, he allowed the Guardians 7 runs over 5 1/3 innings in his Major League debut last Monday. We'll see how many Padres are properly engaged tonight.
It's terrible, man.
That was the runway up to the Padres-Pirates game last night.
Look, the Padres are imploding. I mean, this team is terrible. This team should be a slam dunk win. This is one of the last little mini stretches here where you can start to go on a run and make up some games without a whole lot of fight, because you got the Pirates, you got the Rockies coming up. Both of these teams are terrible. The Pirates should be a get-right series, and that was awful last night. I mean, it was awful.
It was beyond awful, man. I mean, the Yu Darvish start, people have bad nights. You can kind of understand that. Yu Darvish gives up 4 homers. That's pretty uncharacteristic of him. The fans booed, which I had zero problem with. You pay to show up to games. You've sold out Petco Park 40 times this year.
If 40 times.
40 times.
That was the
51
40th
games. Sellout last night.
That's crazy.
If you're doing that as a fan base, I think you have permission to boo. I don't know that I would have done it, but I have zero problem whatsoever with that. And this team probably deserves it a little bit. But, man, that was a rough watch.
Yeah, that was a rough watch.
Tell you what wasn't. Mission Impossible, the new one.
Yeah.
Sick.
Was it good?
Yeah, I went to the theaters yesterday. I love a solo trip to the movie theaters.
Okay. All right.
And that was an awesome movie.
Better than Oppenheimer?
No.
Oh, not. Oh, really?
More fun.
More fun to watch.
Yeah. Definitely. Just more fun, not as good a movie.
Wow. Okay. Then the stunts by Tom Cruise, did they all blow you away?
Oh, they held up.
Was the opening scene the motorcycle scene?
No, that was actually quite a bit later in the movie.
Wow. I thought that was going to be, the big opener.
No, that was kind of getting you ready for the climax, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. I mean, that was. I've only seen the previews. I've only seen those particular shots, and they're absolutely mind blowing. I mean, Tom Cruise is. He's a stud. I mean, that's just, there's no other way to put it. The guy's a stud, and he does some things that honestly shock me that could ever happen. But I'm looking forward to seeing that one. I'll have to go there. How are you doing on the carnivore diet?
I had popcorn yesterday, but I told you I was going to.
Yeah, right.
But last night for dinner, I had turkey bacon.
That's it?
And literally that was it.
All you had was turkey bacon?
So yesterday to eat total, I had a medium bag of popcorn at the movie theater, and then I had turkey bacon.
Wow. Okay. I had 2 of these protein shakes, and then I had a piece of chicken. And I got to tell you, I hate this. I mean, like,
Oh, it'll
this
be
is
okay. Dude,
this is terrible.
Try the turkey bacon thing. It's filling. When you're done eating, you don't necessarily want anything else. Like, it worked for me.
It is a next level fit guy summer. We're changing things up here. We're going to drop a few pounds, get ourselves back into fighting weight so we head into the football season.
I didn't eat until like 12:30, 12:45 yesterday, and I think that that's sustainable. Like, I think I can keep doing that.
And that's going to be your intermittent fast?
Yeah, because everything I've read about the carnivore diet, you're supposed to intermittent fast with it.
Okay.
And then, like, once you start eating, you just eat as much meat as you can for a little bit, and then you're done at like 6 o'clock.
Which I have found that after doing this literally for a day and a half, eating as much meat as I can is not that fun.
No, and it's not that much either, which again, I think is part of the mental games.
Yeah.
It's just trying to get you to eat less. Humans don't need that much food to survive. Like, we've coddled ourselves a little bit, as you can tell by our figure and form.
But I feel like we do need like cupcakes and ding dongs to survive.
Trev, just not right now. Like, you and I have deprived ourselves of that for a reason, because we've had too many cupcakes and ding dongs. We've had too many Tuesdays where we've just gorged ourselves with fried, deep fried, Hostess, everything that we could possibly eat that's bad. One day we made, what was it? When you made Rice Krispies treats out of cereal.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how you make Rice Krispie treats, with Rice Krispie cereal.
No, but like, you did it out of.
Oh, we did it with
Lucky
Charms. Yeah, yeah.
There's a problem there.
But then I saw someone take Rice Krispie treats and roast them over a fire like a roasted marshmallow, which works. I mean, it's just marshmallow inside a Rice Krispie.
But we've just gone too far the other way.
I want to try that.
So maybe a little deprivation is good for us at this point.
I have reached out to several carnivore diet experts, and none of them have responded to me, which I feel like it's a sign.
They're too busy eating meat.
I think the keto diet was better than the carnivore diet, and I'm literally a day and a half into this.
Just give it time.
Okay.
Give it time.
All right.
Just wait till your body starts feeling a little better.
When
that's
does
also
that
what
happen?
It is probably like a weekend.
One more weekend? That would be 3 weeks time of doing this.
Oh, I'm saying just the carnivore diet, because it's supposed to make your joints feel better, like your elbows feel looser.
I gotta tell you right now, I don't feel good. I got a headache.
You look great.
I feel very tired. Like, I'm thinking about, what can I have for lunch? Oh, I don't know, meat. And that's it.
I don't know. Here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to send you something right now. I'm going to send you a picture of me my freshman year of college.
Where are you, just ripped?
No, I'm just tiny.
Because of the carnivore diet?
No, just because I still had a metabolism and was still growing taller, so I was still skinny. I was working out every day.
Things definitely change once you hit 40. The metabolism thing's a lot harder to get kickstarted. I will tell you that. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think of something fun to do for our carnivore diet, and just because of my headache and misery, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know anything other than to cry.
Check out your phone right now.
Okay.
In fact, I bet you don't even recognize me, because I still had hair also.
Wow, look at you.
I was skinnier than Alex.
Wow. Look how young you are. With a boutonniere.
Yeah, I was 19 years old. That was my sister's wedding.
Look at that. Wow. Young Ben Fletcher.
That wasn't
very
that
nice.
long ago.
You could have used a longer tie.
I think I've eaten one of me since then. So
man, oh man, look at that. What a beautiful family you have. Very nice. Very nice.
Except for Alex. He's like Ornberger. Like, come on.
Yeah, he's so terrible. It's chiseled and perfect.
I think he's entered our long ball win thing like 10 times already.
Good.
By the way, you can do that. Head over to our Twitter account at BigRichTD and Fletch and sign up to play a free round of golf with us. We'll take care of everything. Well, specifically Dennis and Daniel from Long Ball will take care of everything.
I like that a lot. But yeah, back to the Padres. What a tough night, man. And it's a bummer that every single day, well, it's like every other day, I guess, we have to come on here and go, look, there's a lot of time left. They're not that far back. They're only 6 games out of a wild card spot. They're only 7 games out of being the top wild card team, which is absolutely incredible. So mathematically, no, they're not eliminated. It just doesn't look like things are going to change and they're going to make up the ground. But they're still only 6 games out of a wild card spot, even with all these losses stacked up.
Yeah, because everyone else keeps losing.
Yeah.
Yesterday in the National League West, Rockies won. They're the only one, though.
Right.
The Diamondbacks lost, Giants lost, Dodgers lost. Dodgers lost kind of a thriller in extra innings. They went to 11 innings with the Blue Jays. Blue Jays end up winning 6-3. But it's the National League is almost putting the Padres in a worse spot than the Padres are putting the Padres in because the
Right.
National League teams keep losing, so that gap isn't widening, and so the Padres still just don't have any idea what to do. We'll talk to Kevin Acee tomorrow, hopefully get an update on what he thinks the Padres are going to do, what he's hearing the Padres will do at the trade deadline. But it's just we're in this weird limbo state, and it's like, just finish the job. If you're going to smother someone with a pillow, make sure they're dead. Right now, the Padres fan base is still kicking.
Yeah, and every time that we get close to being dead, there's a little air let back in. I mean, that's it's the pillow lifts just for a moment for us to take a breath and go, wait, there's a chance. And again, there is a chance. It just doesn't look like that chance will remain if the team keeps playing like they play. I mean, you can't lose 8-4 to the Pirates. You can't. These are the games you have to go out and win. And it's incredible to me that the game before, I mean, you are just in the dumps. I mean, you have 3 hits, 1 run. You could have swept the Tigers. Now here you are with the Pirates where, okay, we're going to get right with the Pirates. Let's do it. We're on our home turf. Let's rock and roll. We got Darvish on the mound. This team is terrible.
Ha-Seong Kim gives you a homer in the first inning.
Right. Yeah. And so there's that. They were up 1-0, which all those statistics that say if the Padres can get an early lead, they can win these things. Well, that happened and it slipped away quick because Darvish gives up 7. And now and you lose 8-4 against the Pirates.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this a couple months ago about when it was going to turn from still rooting for them to like indifference, and I think that that's a really dangerous spot to be in if you're the Padres. I don't think that's going to happen this year because like tickets are already sold. They're going to continue to sell out more and more games as the season progresses. But how often do you see a team that's struggling this bad and still has a full ballpark?
Oh, I don't know.
Never?
I mean, never. Unless maybe it's a Red Sox team, they win the World Series the following season that they just don't do well. Maybe you sell out then, but no. I mean, you're 5 games under 500 now. You have been struggling the entire season. There hasn't been one moment that you've put together more than 3 wins in a row. There hasn't been one game that you've won in extra innings. You have had 1 walk-off home run at home, and still Ha-Seong Kim, and you have 40 out of 51 home games that have been sold out. They're playing in front of 45,000 plus people every single night when they're here at home. The fans are showing up. The fans are doing their part. The team has not been. The team has been so lackluster and so up and down I mean, there's no consistency. There's no one real leader. If you look at some of the stats and go, well, wait, hold on. Soto's been playing pretty good. We got Fernando Tatis Jr. has been playing pretty good. Manny's getting hot. I mean, there's a few players here that have been doing real well, but they just can't put it together, or they can't put it together consistently.
They got issues, and I don't really know what fixes them, and I don't really feel like doing the same show over and over again.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Talking about the Padres, just because it's at this point, it's what's going to change, and I don't think anything will. I think the Padres team has shown what they are so far this season, and this is it. This is it. It's going to be a team that sometimes looks really good. It's going to be a team that if any sort of curveball is thrown at them whatsoever, they can't hang with it. Not in the literal sense. I mean, like, if they have to go to their bench or if they have to go to their bullpen.
The bench is terrible.
The bench is awful. If they have a starting performance like Yu Darvish last night, which happens, by the way, where he just doesn't have his stuff, where he's giving up home runs, they can't recover from that. And that's not a playoff team. That's not a team that's going to succeed in the postseason, at least.
Right.
Circumstantially, they may get in just because of the National League. They may get in without Josh Hader or Blake Snell. You know what I mean? But I don't see this team doing anything special.
Well, they haven't shown enough. They haven't shown that they can put together enough wins in a row to go out and do something in the playoffs. Now, could it change? Yeah. I mean, it could, but we've been saying it for 101 games now. And it just hasn't yet. So we will keep our fingers crossed and keep hoping and praying that something changes. What
Text
you looking
line's
at?
open and it's filling up already from the 615. Guys, to hell with this carnivore diet. You should immediately get on the DK Metcalf diet. If you haven't seen this or heard about it, you have to hear it. Have you heard what the DK Metcalf diet is?
No, but I mean, I'm willing to do anything.
Okay, DK Metcalf's diet. I don't know if you'd be willing to do this. He basically doesn't eat until he's done 2 workouts in a day.
Ooh.
And then he drinks a really big coffee that holds him over till about 4 o'clock. And then at 4 o'clock, he starts eating candy.
I might be able to do this. I might be able to hang with this.
And he eats like 2 or 3 bags of candy a day. The like gummies, you know, like the peach rings that you get at 7-Eleven.
Oh, yeah, those are fine.
I'll find that audio. We'll play it a little later.
But
But
we do like cinnamon bears. I like
for-
those.
Somebody with the physique of DK Metcalf, who's one of the biggest freaks of nature on the planet, just he's crazy fast, he's tall, he's buff out of his mind. Remember during his draft process, there was this picture that went viral of him in the weight room. I don't understand how that diet sustains that body. It makes zero sense.
He was asked, define a bag of candy, like jelly beans. Nah, see, I'm a gummy type of guy, so you get lifesavers. Gummy lifesavers. I have no problem with.
This interview went viral probably a year and a half ago at this point. It was in the offseason before this
That's
one.
awesome.
And I think it was an interview with Kevin Garnett, like the old basketball player. And they were just going back and forth. And DK's diet is absurd. I'll find that audio. We'll play it.
I love it.
619. Why don't you guys just go ahead and knock out the vegan diet? Good luck trying to tackle that wet fart of a diet during football season. Not that much vegan game food worth eating out there.
Are we gonna have this? Are we gonna have Next Level Fit Guy summer wrapped up before football season, or do we have to go?
I mean,
it's like to September 21st.
I don't think the weight loss journey can't stop until we've all lost weight. What did we say? It was 10% of our mass.
That's our mass. Yes.
So like I had to lose if I'm 279, 27 pounds,
28 pounds,
28 pounds.
Yeah.
What did you have to lose?
29 pounds.
And Rich had to lose 30.
31 pounds. Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight. I mean, collectively, we got to drop 100 pounds.
That's a lot of weight.
Wow.
619. The Padres lost to a pitcher with an 11 ERA. They stink more than a skunk playing in garbage at a sewage plant.
That's bad.
Keep these coming.
That's a lot of stink.
70470. Start your message with team. Just let loose on the Padres here because I don't really have anything else to say about this team.
Yeah, I know. That's and that's a bad place to be because it's starting to be like you throw your hands up of going, I don't know. I mean, I guess what I will applaud the wins.
Well, I mean,
and then
we've said
just
it
try to
all
ride
already.
this thing out.
Like we've complained about this team enough already.
Yeah, because nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. I have nothing else to say. In fact, what I have to say is what Kevin Acee wrote before the game yesterday, and that should mean everything to everyone.
Right.
And I'll say it again. The Pirates had lost 12 of 13 before sweeping the Padres last month in Pittsburgh. Since sweeping the Padres, the Pirates have lost 13 of 17. Guess what their record is against the Padres? 4-0. During that stretch where they've been awful, they've been one of the worst teams in baseball. Guess what their record is against the Padres? 4 wins, 0 losses. This Padres team, I don't even know. I wash my hands of it. I think I'm done.
Well, then let's talk football.
Okay, Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley. Yeah, exactly. The man got paid. Well, sort of. I mean, yeah, that feels so much better. Saquon Barkley, $11 million potentially. It's a guaranteed 10.1 million, and then he's got 900 grand in incentives.
He got guaranteed the franchise tag. So he got guaranteed what he would have made if he would have signed the franchise tag. So the 10.1 is guaranteed. And like you said, 900,000. If he exceeds 1,300 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, 65 receptions, which that would be a hell of a season.
Yeah. I mean, lofty yet obtainable, I guess.
If he's healthy, he probably gets it.
Right.
If he plays all 17 games, he probably gets it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're probably right. He probably gets it, or at least real close. I mean, may come down to the end where he's got to fight for a little bit to get that extra $1 million payday or close to that $1 million payday. But right on, man. I mean, I think that's cool. I don't know. Do you think the Giants won the deal, or do you? Yeah, I feel that way.
And
too.
I think Saquon probably pissed off a few of his running back cohort around the league because this is not the deal that they're looking for.
Not at all.
In Star Wars, these are not the Jedis you're looking for.
That's correct.
This is not the deal that the running backs are looking for. And I think this was probably Saquon's agent going to the Giants and saying, look, he doesn't want to hold out. He doesn't want to not play this year. This is a big year for him because if he plays well this year, he's going to hopefully get big money next year, depending on
Mhm.
what the market does. So I think that this was the Giants and the agent and Saquon all kind of compromising a little bit to get more than the franchise tag, but not as much as Saquon would have wanted. Definitely not as much as that group of running backs who got on the Zoom call together would have wanted him to take.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think that with the climate, with the running back climate in the NFL right now, they're going to have to move a piece somewhere to try to start moving forward. And they can't just stay stagnant because you're going to have to prove why you are worth more than $10.1 million. I mean, that's what you're going to have to do because we talked about it yesterday. In this position, if things start to falter, they're just going to go grab another guy. They're going to go grab someone who's coming up in the ranks that they can bring in who will work well enough for a couple years and not pay him hardly anything and then move on to the next.
Yeah, I found myself thinking about the Seattle Seahawks yesterday or this morning when I saw the Saquon Barkley news. It came out around 4:15 or so this morning. But with the Seattle Seahawks, what they've done, what Pete Carroll has done since Marshawn Lynch, has always been to have two running backs and two running backs that are good and two running backs that are young. Last year, it was Rashad Penny and Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker was drafted after everyone thought, oh, the reins are getting handed over to Rashad Penny. Well, Rashad Penny has injury history. We love him here in San Diego, but he's pretty much never stayed healthy for a full season. So Kenneth Walker comes in, and as soon as Rashad inevitably got a little hurt, Kenneth Walker came in, looked like a superstar. So this year they move on from Rashad Penny. Well, they still have Kenneth Walker, who was a superstar last year, but they go out and draft Zach Charbonnet out of UCLA to kind of bolster that backfield. So now they have two guys who both run in a similar style, who are both young, both on rookie deals, in case one of them gets hurt. Like running back by committee is going to become more and more popular, and it's going to keep being young running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Chubb, one of the best runners in the league. What did the Browns do this year? They went and drafted a running back in the third round to be his backup.
Right.
Like, it's just that's how it's going to be from now on, probably. And I don't know that running backs ever get paid again.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know either. I mean, maybe it's strange because the NFL is a little cyclical. Things do change, and right now it is a quarterbacks league. It is a throwing league, and I mean, the running backs just aren't getting paid at the moment because of that same reason. I mean, we've said it now several times. A couple years go by, we'll get a new one, and we'll shop around. We'll get one for less. Saquon Barkley's great. I mean, he's fantastic. Is he worth $10 million to the Giants? Apparently. I mean, I think they got a hell of a deal.
He's worth 10. He's not worth 15.
Right.
So that's kind of just where it stands right now. And now next year, when he's a free agent, are the Giants going to be knocking down the door to pay him? I don't think so. I think the Giants will probably be knocking down the door of the draft.
I think you're right. I think they'll bring in somebody that saves them room on the cap, and they can pay somebody else to be there because they can get a almost Saquon Barkley for a tenth of the price, literally.
And probably like a PSA here, not that I'm telling anyone what to do, but if you're a mom or a dad out there and you have a kid who's in Pee Wee football right now and he's thinking about playing running back, move him to slot receiver. Move him to wide receiver. Wide receivers are getting paid.
Yeah.
It's just that's the culture that we're in right now. Running backs take the brunt of the damage and they get the least of the paychecks. It's unfortunate.
Going to be 60 slot receivers on every Pee Wee football team.
Or try to get him to at least be dual threat, right? Like a Christian McCaffrey, because there will always be room for a Christian McCaffrey in the league because he can do both. I mean, the dude amassed over like 1,600 yards from scrimmage last year.
Yeah, no, that's true. But man, the running back position, you get beat up. You get hit every single play, and that's why the careers are much, much shorter than the wide receiver.
It's the only position where like a really, really good play is 5 yards where you get hit 5 times.
Right.
And that's considered great.
And even when the ball doesn't go to you, you got to pretend like it does and get hit some more.
All right, Trav. Well, the whole Padres thing is a little depressing. The running back situation sucks for running backs, but I get it. But you know what doesn't suck? You know what's cold and refreshing and perfect for a summer day? That would be a long ball beverage.
Like
the world's finest lemon iced tea, ready to drink cocktail, keeps the party going all day long. You know what I cracked the other day?
What's that?
One of their transfusions, which has not been released to the public yet. But we were talking to our guy, Tony. It sounds like the artwork is finished up for the cans and they're getting ready for a launch.
What?
They're getting ready for a launch of those transfusions in store. Our guys, Dennis and Daniel O'Connor, they took the classic cocktail, the long ball and soda. They put a little backspin on it. Perfect for that early tea time or the twilight session. Last time we played golf was last Wednesday at the Long Ball Invitational. And guess what? We drank long ball and we drank a lot of it. And Travis ended up rolling around on the 18th green because when you have long ball, your cares just kind of slip away. Crafted in San Diego in January of 2023, long ball is shareable. It's crushable. It's a canned cocktail with just 3 ingredients. At 123 calories and just 5 grams of sugar, long balls have that clean, refreshing finish that'll keep you in the game all day long. We mentioned it a little bit earlier on, but if you're interested in playing golf with the three of us and crushing a bunch of long balls, get over to our Twitter account at Big Rich TD Fletch or at Fletch Sports. We've tweeted out a link that'll take you to sportssd.com where to our contest page where you can sign up for a chance to enter to win a free round of golf with the three of us. Presented by Longball. And Longball is going to take care of everything, including the course. It'll be at one of these beautiful San Diego golf courses that has Longball available for purchase. So longballshooter.com is the place you need to go. All sorts of different contests and promotions there as well as a full list of retailers. You can get them at Costco. You can get them at kegandbottle.com. You can get them at Total Wine and Spirits. Longball is an awesome way to go. Coming up next on the show, we get back into this Padres team and what they have done here to warrant either being buyers or sellers. We'll talk about it. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch coming up next. This update is presented by DraftKings. Padres, their struggle against the Pirates continues. They lose 8-4 last night at Petco Park. Yu Darvish gives up 4 homers in the loss. 2 more against the Pirates before a Thursday day off at home. NL West scores. Giants lose 5-1 to the Tigers. Rockies beat the Nationals 10-6. D-backs lose to the Cards 10-6. And the Dodgers lose to the Blue Jays in extra innings 6-3. In the NFL, big news this morning. Saquon Barkley and the Giants have come to terms on a 1-year deal worth a potential $11 million. 10.1 of that is guaranteed, but if he goes over 1,300 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, and 65 receptions this season, that extra $900,000 will be guaranteed as well. Other NFL news, the Las Vegas Raiders boost their secondary. They add 3-time Pro Bowl cornerback Marcus Peters, who is about to be 30 years old. This update presented by DraftKings.
Big Rich GD and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. Happy Tuesday, everybody. We are rolling along here. We do have a couple giveaways we're going to be doing today. Rod Stewart at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater on August 5th. Danny Elfman at the same place, North Island Credit Union Amphitheater, August 3rd. Tickets and info for both those shows at Ticketmaster.com, or just keep listening for your chance to win. Rolling through a next level fit guy summer. This is usually when we do our fit guy stuff, at least on a Tuesday. I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to do today. I have no idea. We're going to eat a tasteless piece of chicken.
You can put salt on it.
God, it's terrible. Why do people do this?
Because it's good for you, Travis.
This is terrible.
Because we're fat.
That is true. That is true.
We're trying not to be.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to be an inspiration.
Apparently at a Drake concert, while he was singing, there was a bra tossed up on stage.
Oh, it was a big bra.
It was a big bra. It was very big.
Video.
Yeah. And then he said, locate this woman immediately. And they found her. It's a 21-year-old woman named Veronica. It's a 36G bra. She has a coffee house that she owns. I think she should start serving coffee in 2 full cups.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
A couple texts reacting to the Padres stuff from our previous segment, 619. After last night, now I'm ready to sell off. I think a lot of fans are probably in that same boat, but is AJ ready to sell off? Is Peter ready to sell off? I mean, that's going to be answered in about 7 days.
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what direction that they go in. And I mean, all we can do is go off of the reports we're getting, the feeling that's out there that they're not going to sell, that they're going to be buyers. I mean, I have a feeling that there may be a little bit of selling. My gut tells me that Snell and Hader go. But that doesn't mean they don't pick up something else. They don't buy something else.
And unfortunately, I think you need to figure out a way to get rid of Cronenworth also, which kind of stinks. I do like Jake, but he's just not productive at all. 619. Go ahead.
I was to say at all. I mean, that's not being productive at all, and it's kind of a boat anchor of a contract.
No, it's $80 million. You can do a lot with $80 million. 619. With the inconsistency that the Padres have shown so far this season, I say that not only will they not make the playoffs, but they don't deserve to even be there. What do you say to that? I mean, I agree. That's correct.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that is correct. But I mean, it was the same as last season, though, that people were saying the same thing. They don't deserve to be there because that wild card spot didn't exist in a previous season. So they snuck into that. But look, they made a run in the playoffs and they showed why they deserve to be there. So things could turn around. But at the moment, I agree. I mean, if they get into the playoffs at this point, it's because everybody else sucked worse. I mean, honestly, that's where it's at. So the team has to turn things around. They have to.
The nice thing is there's other cool stuff going on in San Diego. I mean, tonight, I can't remember anything like this happening in San Diego before.
Deadpool in town.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he'll be here, but I think he's actually filming the next Deadpool movie somewhere.
Okay, that is true, but also not true. They were filming out in Europe. When the writer's strike happened, they stopped. And I think he came home. So he may or may not be here. I guess he does have a
fact checked me yesterday. He actually lives in New York.
Yes, he does. He lives in New York. However, I know I'm assuming he has a house out in LA since all of his agents and talent crew and everything is out in LA because I've contacted all of them and they all will say, yeah, we'll forward the message along. And that's as far as it gets. So it's me and 10,000 other people here in San Diego trying to, and you as well. You reached out as well, right, Ben?
Not to Ryan's people. I reached out to Rob's people.
Ah.
I'm sure there's going to be some video on TikTok later today with Darnay Tripp interviewing one of them.
right.
And then maybe we can talk to Darnay. We like to go degrees of separation here. We know cool people.
That's basically the same.
Yeah, it's like with Marty Caswell. Like, we know Marty, who knows all the Padres.
Yes, that is correct.
Degrees of separation.
That is correct. But yeah, they're going to be playing 7:30 tonight. That game has been sold out for 3 months plus.
Dude, it's awesome. And a 7:30 game really gives Snapdragon the chance to shine. I think that's when it's in its best, is at nighttime when the lights are all on and the lights are lit up on the side. Like Snapdragon, I live right up the hill from it. So we can actually take a little walk to the end of our condominium and look down and see Snapdragon. When there's stuff going on there, like Red Hot Chili Peppers or Pink, like when they were there, that place is magnificent when you can look at the high angle looking down on it, because it is all lit up. It looks like a spaceship. I think it'll be badass tonight.
No, I agree. And the weather will be nice. Be nice and cool by 7:30, and it'll keep getting cooler as the game goes on. But yeah, you're right, man. As the sun sets and Snapdragon lights up, beautiful. I mean, bring it on. It's going to be fantastic. So that's going to be a show. But apparently, man, soccer's where you want to be if you want to make money.
Yeah, my whole argument about turn your kids from running backs into wide receivers
thrown out the window.
Just have them be really, really good at soccer, I guess.
Wow. Saudi Arabian club Al Halil. Did I say that right?
Probably not.
They're probably not. They're offering a record-breaking $1.1 billion with a B to bring over Mbappe on a 1-year deal. Dude, 1 year, 1.1 billion. It's insane. Right.
You can't even process that.
Okay. Look, I mean, it's the Saudi Arabian club.
Wait, give me the numbers one more time. The year and the money.
1.1 billion, 1 year.
That doesn't even compute. Like, it doesn't really make sense.
Crazy.
Like Saquon Barkley, we've all been kind of hounding him because he and the rest of the running backs are like complaining about making $10 million a year. And now to us, that's absolutely insane, but it's all relative. Like when you see other people like Chris Jones is complaining he's not making $30 million a year, and he might get $30 million a year to play defense. But running backs have just been in this situation where they've been complaining about how little they're making. But then you see something like that. 1 year billionaire.
Yeah.
Like a 1 year billionaire to play soccer.
It would take Saquon Barkley 100 years to make $1 billion at $10 million a year. That's insane amount of money. And to think that Saudi Arabia is tossing around. I mean, it's almost like they only talk in billions now.
Yeah.
That is the number.
I mean, it's reported that they offered Tiger something close to come over to live golf.
Yeah, 800 million is what the can you imagine that? $800 million is insane. And he turned it down. And now if he would have taken it, it would all be simpatico again.
Not quite. I think that it's overblown how simpatico it really is in golf right now.
I think it is
but
too.
I don't know, man.
But give it a couple years.
Has broken my brain.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, look, Patrick Mahomes doesn't make half that. And how long's his deal?
10
years. It's stupid money.
Why weren't we good at something, Travis?
Well,
I mean, you're good at a lot of things.
I'm not though.
I mean, like a lot of things.
No, like I know how to do a lot of things. I'm just not real good at it. Like you just do it. You just figure it out.
Yeah, but no one's paying you $1 billion to fix a car.
Not even close. Not even close. But man, yeah, the transfer fee to the PSG would be $332 million. His salary would be $776 million, which would add up to $1.1 billion. That's like, I mean, how would anybody ever compete with that kind of money?
You can't.
You can't.
Like that video yesterday I sent you of the girl walking out of the place where the ticket was sold. I guess that's a fake. She didn't actually win. The lottery.
Oh, she didn't win?
No.
Wait a minute, but somebody won it.
Somebody won it.
But they haven't come forward yet.
And it wasn't her. And well, the winner has claimed it, but they haven't come forward publicly, which I wouldn't do either if I won it. I mean, yeah, I probably would. I'd be on the show the next day.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, would you?
No, I'd be gone.
Yeah.
You'd never hear from me again.
I would just vanish.
And you guys would be gone too. You'd come with me.
Oh, because we're the We're the beer people,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't.
Suntan lotion.
Yeah, say we have to oil you still.
Yeah,
I'd do it, I
but it's okay.
guess.
You're living on my yacht.
I would. I would
With
live
a
on your yacht.
helicopter, the jet skis. Ooh, jet skis. Not a fun topic of discussion right now. So
No.
yesterday, when I was trying to take his side, Naheem Himes of the Buffalo Bills,
Yeah.
I was saying, well, he could have just been training, doing some offsite work.
Yeah.
Nope, he was on a jet ski and
Yeah.
someone ran into him.
I said he was probably skiing, and then I was thinking after I said that, I'm like, why would he be skiing? It's
It's-
summertime. But I didn't mention it. I just let that roll. Turns out he was skiing, jet skiing. But unfortunately, just sitting there on a jet ski and got hit.
Yeah, but how does that tear your ACL?
I don't know.
That's the part
Is
of the
that-
story that doesn't link up.
Do we know for sure that's what it is?
That's
It was
what
a
the
torn
guys were
ACL?
saying this morning, Jonas and LeVar and Brady, that it was a torn ACL.
Uh-huh.
But that doesn't really compute to me.
We're going to be talking with Pat Freeman from the Buffalo's Criterion coming up here in the 8 o'clock hour. Get some more information on what's going on there and see if he has any more details about it. Because, yeah, that is one weird to a bummer. I mean, in a big way. So Naheem Hines out for the season from a freak jet ski accident.
If you want to text the show, 70470, start your message with team. If you want to watch the show, head on over to YouTube, Big Rich TD Fletch. You'll find us there. We got live content as well as some shorts and some old videos like our interview with Craig Robinson. Go ahead, subscribe and like and leave a comment there. We'd love to see it. And if you want to sign up to play some golf with us, Big Rich TD Fletch on Twitter or on X, as it's called now. Go ahead, click that link. It'll take you to our contest page on our website, and you can sign up to play a free round of golf presented by our friends over at Longball.
Do you like it called X? I don't. I'm not in.
I'm just gonna keep calling it Twitter or X as it's
But
now
I feel
called.
like X is a dumb name.
I don't think it's dumb. I think it's fine.
X.
I guess another thing Jonas was talking about this morning is that Elon's been trying to get stuff changed to the name X for a long time. Like at one point, he tried to get PayPal changed to the name X.
Oh, really? Well, apparently it was an online bank that he co-founded back in 1999. X.com.
Oh, did he turn that into PayPal? Because that's what he started with was PayPal.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I'll have to do a little more digging. There is a problem with X though, and that is it may be owned by Meta. Facebook may own the rights to X and X.com. Yeah, so there may be an issue there, but we'll get into that a little bit later as well. But who was it? Vikings, Jordan Addison. He got caught driving 140 miles per hour.
For a good reason.
I mean, I get it. He has an excuse, and I totally understand. And we'll talk about it coming up next. Is there ever a reason you should be driving 140 miles per hour? Well, Vikings Jordan Addison thinks so, and I think he may be right. We'll explain next. Yeah, it's Bigger, Steedy, and Fletch. And during the break, Fletch walks by me and says, "Hey, you should go look in the break room. Look in the vending machine. There is something called the Big Texas Cinnamon Roll, and it looks delicious." And so I did. And you're right. I mean, it looks absolutely delicious.
What are you doing, dude?
I bought one just in case they aren't there. And next time we change our diet.
Are you just planning on torturing yourself?
Look at it. It's perfect. I bought one. It's like the size of a small plate, like a salad plate, maybe. We should just open it and smell it. Oh,
no, gosh. We can't open that.
It says it's good until August 9th. Are we done with this by August 9th?
We can freeze it.
Oh, can we do that? Huh. Well, yeah, I got one. I got one of the
Why would you buy it, dude? That's just gonna poke little pins and needles in your back all show long. It's just gonna be sitting there torturing you.
It's fine.
You can't do that to yourself.
It's fine. Maybe we should just open it and smell it.
I don't think so.
God, I feel like we should.
You can open it and smell it. Don't bring it near me.
Man, oh man.
If I smell that, I'm eating it.
I want to just taste it. I mean, just a little taste.
Go ahead.
I can't because I'm a carnivore. That doesn't even sound good to me because all I eat is meat, boring meat with only salt. That's what we've chosen to do on a Next Level Fit Guy summer. Vikings Jordan Addison, he's the wide receiver over there. He got pulled over going 140 miles per hour. He got a misdemeanor citation for it, missing misdemeanor, that is. But he has an excuse. He said that he was taking his dog to the vet. He was having an emergency, so he had to drive 140 miles an hour to get him there. And I kind of get it.
Oh yeah, it makes sense, especially if it was a lab.
Right.
If it was like a Chiweenie, I just whatever, let the dog die.
Well, you were babysitting a dog, sitting a Chiweenie.
Exactly.
And you now feel like you don't care if the dog dies?
I mean, maybe not Apple, but any other Chiweenie.
Wow. Look.
But if it's a lab, like a lab is basically a person.
He was going 85 miles per hour over the speed limit. That's probably a little dangerous. But
it was at like 3 a.m. though, right? So there's no cars on the road.
Well, there may have been a car on the road. Yes, it was at 3 a.m. He was on I-94 out in Minnesota and 140 miles per hour. I feel like they'd take me to jail.
You for sure.
Yeah, me. I'd go to jail. No matter what. If even my dog was in the car and I had a great explanation that he had to get to the emergency room, I would go to
I
jail.
hope the dog's okay. Like, what if
Yeah.
the pullover meant that the dog doesn't live anymore?
There's no update on that. He did say that he made a mistake and he used poor judgment and he's truly sorry. I I mean, I guess.
I mean, of all the reasons,
Nobody got hurt, thankfully.
of all the reasons to do something like that, though, saving your dog's life is probably tops of the list.
Dude, I get it. I'm telling you, I get it. I have done some dumb things for my dog and cat. I've spent a lot of
Some
money.
real dumb things for
Spent
your
a lot
cat.
of money
It's not even
trying
your
to
cat.
trying to keep these animals alive
In
because
fact, if
they're
it
very
was your
meaningful.
cat, you wouldn't have spent the money. You'd have just let the cat die. But it was the fact that it was your
Ooh.
daughter's cat.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably correct there. But I mean, I felt bad either way. I love my dog. I would do anything for my dog. And if it meant going to jail because I had to drive 140 miles per hour, as long as everyone, there was no one else on the road, I want to preface that. I want everyone to be safe. I don't want to do anything stupid that would endanger anyone's life other than maybe my own. I guess he's be endangering his dog's life, though, at 140 miles per
But
hour.
while trying to save his dog's life.
I don't now. Now I'm torn. Now I don't know. Now I think maybe he's made a mistake, dude. 140 miles per hour. Have you ever driven 140 miles per hour?
No.
It's fast.
I don't even know if I've ever driven 100 miles an hour.
Really.
I don't think so.
You never got 100 miles an hour?
Definitely not driving. I think I've been in the passenger when my uncle's done 100.
Really? Huh? You don't drive fast?
No, I'm a reasonable adult.
Huh?
I have flipped a car, but I was 19, and that car couldn't have gotten to 100.
Were you driving fast?
No, I was trying to do donuts. I was actually the slowest tip ever. It was like, dude, I was maybe going like 25, and I was trying to do a donut in like a dirt lot, and it got to the point where it was either gonna flip or keep going, and it just went like this.
Slow motion tip over. What kind of car was it?
It was a Suzuki, like a Samurai, a
I
Sport,
got you.
you know, the little one.
Yeah, those. I think those had the tendency to tip over.
Yeah,
Like
they were top heavy.
That's what they did. Well, I'm a very slow driver. I get made fun of for it by my family because I've had a lot of tickets. So I drive very slow. But on occasion, I like to go,
Never gotten a ticket. Knock on wood.
What, you've never gotten a ticket?
Never.
Ever for anything?
Never.
Wow. I mean, geez, not even like a tinted window ticket?
Do I look like someone who tints his windows?
I've gotten like 100 tinted window tickets.
Why do you tint your windows still?
I like them tinted. I've gotten tons of speeding tickets. I've gotten a wrong way down a one-way street ticket. I've gotten a lot of stop signs that I've run tickets. I mean, I got a whole slew of them. I'm a bad boy. I run with bad.
How have they not put you in jail?
I know, it's crazy. It's unbelievable. Not only is it a next level fit guy summer, it is a Swifty summer. Taylor Swift really elevating the games of certain players in Major League Baseball. We'll talk about that coming up next. And we got Four Corners on the way. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
Hour number 2, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by DraftKings. Padres struggles against the Pirates continue. They lose 8-4 last night at Petco Park. Yu Darvish gave up 4 homers in the loss. 2 more against the Pirates here before a Thursday day off at home. NL West yesterday, Giants lose 5-1 to the Tigers. Rockies beat the Nationals 10-6. Diamondbacks lose to the Cardinals 10-6, and the Dodgers lose to the Blue Jays in 11 innings 6-3. Over in the NFL, big news this morning. Saquon Barkley and the Giants have come to terms on a 1-year deal worth a potential $11 million if he can exceed 1,300 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, 65 receptions this season. 10.1 of that contract are guaranteed. Other NFL news, Las Vegas Raiders boosting their secondary. They bring in 3-time Pro Bowl cornerback Marcus Peters, and Travis has some competition. Terrell Owens is officially a pro cornhole player.
Bring it.
Travis, you're done.
Bring it.
This
No
update
way.
was presented by DraftKings.
It was an impromptu stream. It was
Your
brought
screams
on.
are better than Rich's.
You know what? I got told that I screamed too loud
No,
by
no such thing.
by John Schaefer while you were on vacation. John had to step in. Rich was out one day.
Rich was out while I was out?
Yes. Yeah, I was in here
Wait,
solo.
what?
Yeah.
That wasn't in the plans.
No, that was not in the plans. Rich had to take a last second trip to Disneyland.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear about this?
No.
There was while you were out, it was a Wednesday, I think. It was right in the middle of the week. There was a friend of a friend who had a family trip set up for Rich. Rich didn't know about it. It was sprung on him last second. He's like, look, I got bad news. Wednesday, I've got to go to Disneyland. And I went, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do here alone? And then John Schaefer said, I'll step in. I'll wake up and come in with you. So he came in. And then when I screamed in studio, he said, why are you so loud? And I'm like, I feel like I'm really holding back. I mean, like I could be really loud if I wanted to.
Hour 3, be really loud.
Okay.
I want to hear you as loud as you possibly can be. I really did not know that. That's bizarre. Trav, bad news. I'm off tomorrow.
I'll do it.
Bad news.
We'll figure it out. Me and the texters, we'll walk it through. We'll be fine.
The roadies, the dogs, the hangers, the bangers.
That is absolutely correct.
Speaking of them, apparently I have no soul. 619. Fletch has no soul. Cheweenies are the best. That's not true. I think they're an accident. Like, I don't think they were ever supposed to exist.
Are they? When you look at them, though, and their little face, their little eyes, you look right into their heart.
Yeah, they're hideous.
Why are they hideous?
Dude, I will show you pictures of this dog I was taking care. Now, I did fall in love with this dog, Apple. Like, she's the sweetest. She's the best. But she smells terrible. She's ugly. Like, she can't control when or where she pees. They're an accident.
See, I have one of these dogs that that may or may not be ugly. I don't know. To me, he's perfect, but he is not the greatest dog. He barks a lot. He's very annoying. He's very demanding. When we got him, I thought, why did we get this dog? And now I would give this dog a kidney if I could. I mean, I would do anything I could to save this little dog.
What kind of dog is it?
He is a Morkie Poo.
A Morkie Poo?
Maltese Yorkie Poodle. He's a little dog. He's a little yappy dog, which I love. I love him. His name's Wilson.
619.
Wilson, if you're listening, I love you.
Daddy loves you. And he's sorry he screamed and scared you.
Yeah, exactly.
619. One time I got pulled over going 162 miles per hour on my motorcycle by the CHP. They let me go with a warning because I pulled over and didn't run from them.
Yeah.
I agree. Probably should be in jail.
Okay.
162 miles an hour.
You know what, though? I've actually heard this from cops where they're like, look, if a motorcycle rider will pull over, we'll be a little more lenient with them because they can outrun us. I mean, they can just go.
Well, and I guess if you're in any sort of traffic or anything, you could just split lanes and just be away.
Dude, 160 miles an hour? I mean, that you are flying. There, yeah. I mean, unless the police pull out the helicopter, they're not keeping up with you.
408. Travis coming in hot with that screaming intro. It was a hot one. It was a big one.
This was a steaming hot one.
Felt like it was deep.
It felt deep. Yeah. It really was. Yeah, Rich, he'll be back next week. He's out on vacay as we staggered our vacations around to try to make sure we had coverage all the time 100% of the day here.
Except for Wednesday.
Except for Wednesday. We did. I was here.
Well, I know,
was
but
here.
that's bizarre. It's
Yeah,
also
well-
weird that he didn't fess up to that during
Yeah.
the whole week that me and him just did.
He probably forgot about it. He probably forgot. But we had J Riff in there running the board.
Yeah, you were fine.
Yeah, we had John in here. Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. Everything was fine. We talked Padres and
Probably
I don't know.
had the exact same show that we've done this morning.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I felt like we were saying the exact same thing of can they turn it around? Can they do something different? You know what? At this point, I don't know. I don't feel like it is gonna change. I mean, this is just who the Padres are at this point.
Do you find yourself like it's almost a chore to watch the Padres right now?
You know, I don't know if I'm quite there as a chore. I got to tell you, when I have such high hopes when I watch the Padres. So it hurts when you see a game like last night and go, what in the hell is going on? Why can't they put things together? Why can't they why can't they have some fight in them? That's just really it. They get behind and then it's over. I mean, there is no comeback.
Yu Darvish gives up 4 home runs. This Padres team is equipped to score more than 8 runs against the Pirates.
Right.
Like, there's no reason like that should have just been an automatic L.
Right.
Like, if there's one little setback, that doesn't mean that it's over.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it always feels like it is. It's a tough watch, man. I'm really curious when we talk to Kevin tomorrow if he has changed his tune at all. Because last Wednesday when we talked to him, he said, no, they're probably going to be buyers at the trade deadline. Now, the standings haven't changed that much. In fact, the Padres have actually gotten a little better in the standings because everyone else in the National League keeps losing also. But I do want, like, when we get to this point, if it's you're 6 games back and it's the trade deadline and there's how many games at that point, it'd be like 52 games left in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like 6 games, 52 games. That's not exactly a small order. And what has this team shown you to prove that they can actually make that up?
Right. And I mean, they would not only have to go on a run or start winning. If you're taking it in 10-game chunks, they got to win 7 out of 3 of them, but they have to win against the right teams, and then the teams above them have to lose.
And there's a lot of division games coming up, which the Padres haven't been good under AJ Preller in divisional games.
Speaking of changing tunes, Yankees first baseman Anthony Rizzo changed his walk-up music to Taylor Swift.
Dude, Swifties are a different breed. Like, everyone talks about the alien invasion like it's coming. You know, like the UFO sightings seem to be a little more frequent. Like there's all that Alan Lazar talk. No, what's his name? Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar. Alan Lazar. He's the receiver for the Jets.
But I know this guy.
Like, the Bob Lazar thing is becoming a little more mainstream. Like, everyone thinks that we do have alien technology and we've been using it and we have met aliens. But aliens are already here. They're Swifties.
Dude,
it's a different breed of human being.
Well, I mean, I feel like the Padres should change all their walk-up music to Taylor Swift because Anthony Rizzo last night dominated in New York's 8-5 win over the Royals. He went 4 for 4 with a double and hit his first home run in 45 games.
What was the song? Was it Shake It Off?
Nope.
Like shake off all the bad stuff?
It was Ready for It. Are you ready for it? Bow, bow, bow. You don't know that song?
That's like the rap one?
Yeah, it is kind of rappy. Yeah, do we not have that? We have to have that. That was a big hit. It was like 2017-ish.
It'll take a minute, but I'll have it.
It'll take a minute. But man, oh man, look, do whatever it takes for the Padres. Change every walk-up song to Taylor Swift. I don't care. Make it happen. There has to be some sort of magic elixir to change the team here.
I got the walk-up song.
Let's do it.
You ready for this?
Yep,
this is the walk-up song that the Padres need to do.
Yeah. Woo.
It just feels better.
It does. It feels like a palate cleanser, which we talked about it last week. This is the last week without football. Next week, football begins. Next Thursday, the Hall of Fame game, the Jets and the Browns. No one will play. Aaron Rodgers, will he even be there?
He'll be there on the sideline. I think he's got a lot of stuff to prove to his new team. I think he has been working with Zach Wilson, which in the past he hasn't worked with younger guys. But there's some reports that he's actually been pretty good for him, and Zach Wilson's starting to look better and better. I wonder how long this thing with the Jets actually is going to be, if it's a 1-year deal or if it's a 2-year deal, like how long he goes. But Aaron Rodgers will not be playing in this game. I promise you that. And I wonder now that Hard Knocks is going to get going here, if he's going to have much camera time. I'm really curious to see how this Aaron Rodgers Jets thing works.
I agree. They're bringing back their early 80s uniforms though with the chrome helmets, which I think are awesome. I think that's the best Jets uniform right there.
Hall of Fame game. What is it next Thursday?
It is, yeah, a week from Thursday.
Who do the Padres play that night? Let's see.
You're gonna see.
I really want to know if the Hall of Fame game does better. Oh, there's no Padres game next Thursday.
Oh well, that's good news for Padres.
It's the day before the Dodgers series.
Look, that's gonna be a highly watched series.
Yeah, so the Padres have this stretch here where they're home for the next few games against the Pirates and the Rangers. By the way, Bruce Bochy homecoming into San Diego coming up this weekend.
Okay.
And then they have the Rockies on the road, and then their schedule gets like really, really tough for about a month in August. Dodgers, Mariners, Diamondbacks, Orioles, who have been sneaky good this year, Diamondbacks again, Marlins, Brewers, Cardinals, Giants, Phillies. Like that is a Astros, Dodgers again. That's a tough stretch of baseball games.
Yeah, I mean these are the games you want to win right here against the Pirates and the Diamondbacks. Those are the ones you'd really like to put under your belt and get above 500. They've done it once this season. I think there were one time they were either even or above 500 by a game. One time this season
for this team.
It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. But look, I feel like we're just beating a dead horse. We've said it a million times here. Something's got to change. Hopefully something does. Look, the season's not over, but it's slipping away. They're still only 6 games out of a wild card spot. They can make that for 100 games.
Yeah, we've been doing the same show over and over again.
Yeah.
And I said in the first hour, I'm done with it.
Mm-hmm.
I won't do it again.
Let's do 4 corners. There it is.
This little funky instrumental music.
Wow.
You feel better? Gives a little pep in your step.
I do like it.
Puts a little smile on your face.
It does do that. It just checks all those boxes. It is a Tuesday. We do it every single Tuesday. We go 4 corners of the globe. We find all of the greatest stories we can find for you. We dig them up and we bring them straight to you on a little platter. And let's get started here with Cam Newton, everybody's favorite quarterback, Cam Newton. Was out at football camp. Did you see the lewd gesture to a heckler?
I saw the whole video. The guy deserved it.
Yeah. Why? Because he said he has the same amount of rings?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if the NFL is okay with this. So Cam Newton's out at football camp. There's a heckler on the sideline. He's calling out at Cam Newton, and he says, like, hey, Cam, we both have the same amount of Super Bowl rings. 0. And then Cam Newton came over, slightly heated, I would say, and said,
He was laughing.
He was, but I mean, obviously irritated because he said, I bet our bank account's not the same. And then he made a very lewd gesture where, I mean, it looked like he was, I guess, using a shake weight towards the individual.
The Dodgers at one point used this as their home run celebration.
It was a little bad look for the NFL, but Cam Newton apparently fired up. He wants to play. Wants to play. That is for sure. What else we got here?
The next story is people just need to take a chill pill and shut up and sit down. So the movie Oppenheimer came out on Thursday night of last week. I went and saw it on Friday. Incredible film. If you're ready for 3 hours of just actual focus and like paying attention to what's happening on the screen, and cinematography out the wazoo, Christopher Nolan knocked it out of the park with this one. However, there is one mistake that people are catching up on, and it's not the Florence Pugh nudity. It's not the Cillian Murphy nudity.
No mistake there.
No, it's not the excellent acting from Robert Downey Jr. It's the fact that in the scene where Cillian Murphy is walking out after the bomb had been dropped, which, spoiler alert, I don't know if anyone knows that happened.
Wait, what?
Yes. They're having a like auditorium rally almost. It looks like a high school pep rally.
All right.
And the American flags that are being waved are the current American flags that have the 50 stars on them. And at that point, Alaska and Hawaii, right?
Right. They weren't until 59. They didn't become states.
So just a time period mistake. But Christopher Nolan's not even American.
So the flags had 50 stars instead of 48.
Yeah, and people are saying that ruined the movie for them.
It does ruin
and
the
I
movie.
say, shut up.
That does ruin the movie.
Shut up and sit down and enjoy greatness.
I don't know if they can they fix that in post? Because that will bother me.
I'm sure they can fix that in post. But just shut up and sit down.
Wow. Unbelievable. How about this one? We talked about it earlier. Meta, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg may already appear to own the rights to X, and that could make Twitter's rebrand very complicated for Elon Musk. How does the guy that he's trying to battle in a jujitsu fight.
Yeah, I hope that hasn't lost steam because I was actually starting to look forward to it a little bit.
Dude, I am all in. I hope that doesn't lose steam either. I feel like this could help it. You know what I mean? This could
battling
be
over X.
yeah. That the winner gets X. Either like playing for pink slips.
I like this.
Yeah, right?
I like this a lot.
This is where my head's at as well. If Facebook owns the right to X, they battle. If Elon Musk wins, he now has the rights to X. The end. Although I guess something else would have to be at stake for Zuckerberg, because who cares if Zuckerberg wins or loses at that point?
Yeah, I mean, Elon put up a cool bill.
Yeah,
like he won't care.
Yeah, right, exactly. Or trade. If Zuckerberg wins, he gets Tesla. If Musk wins, he gets X.
Maybe SpaceX, but no chance.
Maybe SpaceX.
Did you see the story about the golfer?
Which one?
Justin Doden.
You know what? I did see this come up, and I thought, this is what I would have done.
Yeah, so he confesses to cheating by changing his scorecard and his effort to make the cut at the PGA. Dude, golf is like the last pure gentleman's game, and I know the last year and a half or so has kind of tarnished that because of all the LIV and PGA and Jay Monahan continuing to put his foot into his foot-sized mouth. But you don't cheat in golf. That's like the one thing. You can get away with it if it's an accident.
That's the one
You can get away with it if you're like me or Travis and you're not even close to sniffing any sort of tour. But when you're on the PGA Tour or you're on the Pro Tour or you're at a major trying to make a cut, it's not cool.
I like this music bed. I feel like we're playing Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Got to get them all. No, it's Pokemon.
Oh, that's Pokemon. Yeah. How about this? An 11-year-old boy caught a fish out in Oklahoma, pulled it out of a pond. Nice fish, good-looking fish, except it had a mouth of human teeth.
Nightmares.
What is going on?
This world is doomed.
I mean, they full-on look like human chompers inside this fish.
Golfers cheating. Tom Brady is dating Bradley Cooper's ex. There's fish with teeth.
Dude, what would you do if you pulled that thing out of the water? I mean, I'd freak out.
Probably just put it right back in the water and never touch a fishing pole again.
It appears to just be the bottom teeth, and it honestly looks like the bottom jaw of a small human. It is full teeth. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. I feel like this happens like once a year though, where someone catches a fish that has weird human-like qualities.
Yeah, no, I
agree. How about the dogs that have human eyes?
Oh yeah,
that's the creepiest thing you ever see.
Right. Look, would you eat the fish?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Take a bite. Trader Joe's, they recall some of their cookies because they may contain rocks.
No!
So we can't eat cookies right now anyway, so we're safe. But could you imagine biting into a cookie and breaking a tooth?
No.
Put that down, Travis. Put that down.
It's the big Texas cinnamon roll.
I know what it is, and it looks amazing. Could you imagine a scoop of warm peanut butter on top of that?
Peanut butter? Wait, are we allowed to have peanut butter?
No. Peanut butter is not an animal product.
Oh, yeah. It's protein, though. Could we have peanut butter on the keto diet?
No.
Oh.
It has a ton of carbs.
Oh.
Peanut butter
I didn't have any, obviously.
Basically just carbs.
Oh.
But, this reminds me of a story last week on Four Corners that we did where some dude, I can't remember where, I think it was in Australia, he bought a bag of broccoli at the store, and inside the bag of broccoli was a snake. Like a live snake.
Was the snake still alive?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
In a packaged bag of broccoli?
There may have been oxygen getting in somehow, and maybe the snake chewed a hole.
Or maybe it was only in there for a day.
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting. That'd be a fun package to open.
No, it would not.
Why?
Are you kidding me?
What kind of snake was it?
I mean, it wasn't huge, but it was big enough to put the fear of God into you.
What? I don't freak out with snakes.
Snakes are scary. Oh, yeah, that's right. You have a little snake catcher.
Oh, yeah. I got a snake. Why don't you like snakes? They're cool.
Dude, they're weird. They don't look like they should exist. They have no legs, but they move that fast.
There's also lizards without legs. They're called legless lizards. They live here in Southern California.
No, that's called a snake.
No. That's a lizard. It's different anatomy. Like their tail will break off, and a snake, that doesn't happen. Beetlejuice 2 is being filmed, and people are raiding the set and stealing things, like a 150-pound statue, which is a very famous statue that I guess they recreated for Beetlejuice 2.
I don't think I've ever seen the first Beetlejuice.
What the? How have you never seen Beetlejuice?
I honestly could not tell you what it's about.
Beetlejuice?
I know every Halloween.
Twice. I can't say it a third time.
I've never seen it.
How?
I never have. Is it scary?
No,
Is it rated PG, PG-13? What are we talking?
it's probably PG. I mean, it's probably PG. I would say it's PG. That's a good movie, man. That's a good watch. Man, I grew up loving Beetlejuice, so you not even ever seeing it actually hurt me
It's from
slightly.
1988.
Yeah.
Duh, I haven't seen it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I've seen movies from
Oh, Michael
1970.
Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton is Beetlejuice. He says that's his favorite role he's ever
Ooh,
done.
young Winona Ryder. Hello.
Yep, yep. Very young Winona Ryder. That is correct.
Wait, how
Also,
young? Is this creepy young?
oh, she had to have been 20, I guess. How old is she now? Do the math. There was that other guy in it who I think got arrested for child porn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Sounds
but
like a great movie.
but
Alec
it
Baldwin's in it
wasn't
too.
because of the movie.
Catherine O'Hara,
Yeah, then the woman from A League of Their Own.
Gina Davis.
Yes, her. That's a great movie.
Never seen it.
Anyways, on the set, they're stealing set pieces.
Is
So
Michael Keaton in this one?
yeah, he's Beetlejuice. Come on now. There can't be any other Beetlejuice than Michael Keaton. Just how it works.
Yeah, I'm out.
Wow, what? There's no way.
I will give the first one a shot. Does that help you?
Yeah, that
And I'll
does.
get a speeding ticket on my way home to really round this whole thing out.
It does. It does help me quite a bit. I feel like we should have a screening party for that, even if we just invite a few listeners. I'll pay for their tickets.
For Beetlejuice 2?
Yeah, man. There's got to be a movie theater somewhere that has both showing. We can catch up on the first Beetlejuice. We'll go right into the second Beetlejuice, and your heart will be whole.
I don't know. I'd go see Oppenheimer again. I'd also go see the new Mission Impossible
Would you
again.
go see Oppenheimer though with a serious faux pas with the flag?
Yeah, dude, I don't care about that. Like, Christopher Nolan's not even American. The dude who directed the movie. It's okay that he didn't know Hawaii and Alaska were a state yet. I wouldn't have known that.
Well, that's why the internet's here. That's why there's these super sleuths digging this stuff up.
It is a little shocking that that detail didn't make it all the way to him.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I almost feel slightly let down. Is that odd?
Because everything else about the movie is so perfect.
Well, and he is such a perfectionist.
And he's very detail oriented.
Yeah, very, very much.
Like to the fact where he won't use CGI for things.
Right. And who knows? Maybe he's like, give me some 1950 flags. And they brought back new flags and he didn't realize it. So I don't know. But
you know what I learned yesterday?
What's that?
That sequence in The Dark Knight when they're in the tunnel, you know, and they're in like semi trucks.
Okay.
And the Joker's blowing stuff up.
Yep.
That the big truck that flips.
Okay.
Also not CGI.
Oh, you really
They had to make a rig to be able to do that inside a tunnel. And they were worried because whatever tunnel they were in, they told them you just can't scrape the top of it. So they had to blow up the bottom of the truck enough to where it would flip, but not enough to where it would flip and hit the top of the tunnel.
Wow. Wow, that's incredible. How about the helicopter? They actually take down a helicopter. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know either, but I'm guessing he did. Like even the bomb in The Dark Knight Rises at the end of the movie when Batman's going out over the ocean,
right.
That's a real bomb too.
That was that was one part where I just had to buy into the story. You just had to go with it because that was I was a little Oppenheimer. I don't know how that one didn't kill anybody, but it's fine. I love the Dark Knight trilogy. I'm all in. And you know, it's funny that I'm like, that's the one thing I had to buy into because it's Batman. It is Batman. Got to take a quick break here. We do still have tickets to give away. Rod Stewart and Danny Elfman. They're going to both be at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. Rod Stewart's August 5th. Danny Elfman, August 3rd. You want tickets or info, go to Ticketmaster.com or just keep listening here for your chance to win. Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we'll be talking with Pat Freeman from the Buffalo Criterion. Got to figure out what's going on exactly with Naheem Himes. We'll break it down there. And coming up next, we're carnies now. Carnivores. We'll talk about it coming up next.
This update is presented by DraftKings. We're going to start off here with the Padres. They struggle against the Pirates yesterday, losing 8-4 last night at Petco Park. Yu Darvish gives up 4 home runs in the losing effort. 2 more against the Pirates over the next couple days before they get a Thursday day off at home. NL West scores: Giants lose 5-1 to the Tigers. Rockies beat the Nationals 10-6. D-backs lose to the Cardinals 10-6, and the Dodgers lose to the Blue Jays in extra innings 6-3. Over in the NFL, big news coming out this morning. Saquon Barkley and the Giants have come to terms on a 1-year deal worth a potential $11 million if he can exceed 1,300 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, and 65 receptions this season. Other NFL news: the Las Vegas Raiders boosting their secondary. They add 3-time Pro Bowl cornerback Marcus Peters to the roster. This update was presented by DraftKings. It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on a Tuesday. Travis making his way back into the studio, but we got some tickets to give away today. Danny Elfman, he's going to be at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater on August 3rd, and Rod Stewart will be at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater on August 5th. We have 2 different pairs of tickets to give away on the show today. Both of those coming up a little later on. Tickets and info at Ticketmaster.com, or just keep listening for your chance to win. Travis Dale,
Woo!
have you ever heard of the DK Metcalf diet?
Yeah, well, I heard about it because we talked about it slightly this morning.
Well, it's better than what we're doing, but I'll play the audio for you in a little bit.
Okay.
But explain to the people what we're doing right now.
Right now on a Next Level Fit Guy Summer, we are doing the carnivore diet. And the carnivore diet is basically you eat meat and that's it. Meat and salt. That's all. That's the only it's not even a condiment. What are we talking about? Seasoning that you're allowed is salt. Now, depending on which carnivore diet you look up, there's some that say no cheese, and there's some that say, yeah, cheese is fine as long as it's a hard cheese, like a cheddar cheese is fine. But the majority of these carnivore diets say no, you're just eating meat. So you can have chicken, you can have fish, you can have bacon, which obviously pork. Eggs are fine. I got to tell you, it's boring. I mean, this is a boring diet. As much as I love steak, just salt on a steak, it's fine. It's cool. I'm good with it, but I want something else with it. I mean, I feel like I am missing something. I mean, I haven't had steak yet. I've literally had chicken only, and I ate a piece of chicken, and I thought, it feels so lonely.
You know what I had last
so
night?
Lonely.
Just turkey bacon.
Just a pile of turkey
Just
bacon.
pile of turkey bacon, like 6-7 pieces.
But Kendall's not home.
No, she gets back today though.
Yeah, so
she's not going to be thrilled with my cooking.
There's no way. Just a pile of happy dinner.
Oh yeah, no, she'll be eating like ramen and stuff. She loves ramen, and then I'll just be sitting there eating, the other stuff, like steak.
Have I shown you the Big Texas?
I saw the Big
cinnamon
Texas.
roll?
The Big Texas looks awesome. I saw it this morning, and I really want it. But you know what, Travis? I'm practicing a little self-restraint, which I've never once done in my life.
You know what? Where you wouldn't have to practice self-restraint is in Thailand.
Why is that?
Burger King. Okay, do you remember? I guess it was a couple weeks ago. They came out with the real cheeseburger, as I use air quotes, which it was bun, 20 pieces of cheese bun. That was it. Do you remember this? Did you see it? Oh, you were gone, I think.
That sounds horrible.
Vacation. Yeah, that's all it was. I mean, it was. Let me see if I can find it.
And this was on sale?
You could buy this only in Thailand, Burger King, the real cheeseburger. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. And images. There it is. This was the real cheeseburger. It was literally.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was just cheese and bun. That's it.
Wait, and people enjoy that?
I don't know if they enjoyed it or not, but they made it. Well, now Thailand, they have a new, I guess, marketing ploy that they're doing. Thailand Burger King. It is, what are they calling this thing here? It is, I don't know where it's at. Oh, the real meat burger. That's what it's called.
So is it just bun and meat?
It is. Yes. It is 100 patties. Meat 100 or bun 100 patties bun.
No one's actually eating this stuff.
There's no way.
No.
You know how much that burger costs, by the way?
How much?
$292.
Okay, there's no way 100 Burger King patties cost that much money.
Why?
You could buy 100 burgers from Burger King and it wouldn't cost that much money.
No way. It would cost more. That's $2.90 a burger.
Can't you get a Whopper for like $2?
I don't know what you get a Whopper for. I bet it's $5. I bet it's in that range. There was a time, I do remember it being 99 cents. That was a good deal.
At McDonald's, you can get like 2 McDoubles for $3.99.
Well, yeah, but that's $2 a piece. I
Right.
don't know.
So it shouldn't be that much.
Well, it is. It's $292. So if you'd like to get the real meat burger from Burger King, which, I mean, could we do that on our carnivore diet?
No, there's buns.
Because no, get rid of the buns. Can we eat the 100 patties?
You can just eat ground. Like I've done that before on these diets where you just eat ground beef. That's what I'm gonna do tonight, actually.
Well, I gotta plug my computer in.
I'm gonna do tonight. I'm doing ground beef with some chopped up turkey bacon.
I did do the protein style at In-N-Out while we were doing the keto diet.
I expressed some strength on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Because like when me and Kendall, when we babysit our nieces, like they get a special treat. They usually get like fast food. That's the one time they get it. And so they wanted Wendy's because they wanted a Frosty.
Ooh.
And so I, of course, have to go pick it all up while they sit at the house screaming their heads off.
Smell it in the car.
So I pick it all up, which is a bunch of kids' meals, and Kendall got a burger and all the French fries, everything. I got a bunless burger, a sauceless burger, and I just ate 2 patties of ground beef.
Why is it so depressing? Why do diets have to be so depressing?
Because
there's got to be.
Travis, we've been punishing ourselves by eating what we wanted, and now we have to punish ourselves by restraining in order to get back to a certain weight that's reasonable.
Did you see James Harden getting shamed by ESPN for his burger choices?
No, but I know a few years ago he was mad because everyone was fat shaming him.
Oh, well, he there's a video of him buying a bunch of burgers, and ESPN called him out, and now he's upset by it.
He's upset about everything. I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, I don't know if he wanted to join our carnivore diet.
All right, you ready for the DK diet?
Yeah, give me the DK
So
diet.
this is DK Metcalf, who is one of the biggest, baddest players in the NFL. The dude is yoked out of his mind. He's like 6'5". He's a great wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks. If you haven't seen pictures of him, like shirtless, he looks like he belongs in the UFC or in like a Rambo movie.
He is completely ripped.
Well, what does he eat on a daily basis? Let's hear from DK.
Talk about how important nutrition is. Nutrition is huge.
I'm probably the worst person to ask that.
God, are you eating Popeyes, Churches?
Nah, see,
you from the city too. I know you be eating coon soup. Yeah, that's some shit.
I'm a candy type person.
Oh, what?
I eat 1 meal a day, drink 1 coffee, and eat like 3-4 bags of candy.
I feel like I could do that.
So he goes on.
I could do that.
He goes on to like describe his normal day, Monday through Friday. He wakes up, works out twice, has a cup of coffee around noon. This is off season, DK. I don't think he does the same thing during the season, but works out twice, has a cup of coffee around noon. That holds him to 4:00, where he eats 2 or 3 bags of candy. And this specific day that he was running down, he had Skittle gummies and Lifesaver gummies all mixed into one bag. And that holds him till 8:00 when he orders a dinner from Postmates.
I honestly feel like I could do this. The working out twice, that's where it would be a hang up.
Twice before noon.
Yeah, twice before noon. I mean, look, I guess if I'm getting paid to work out, it'd be a different story. It's not like I'd have to work out twice and then come here and do all our daily work and while I'm eating bags of candy. But if it was you're on a football team, you got to work out twice before noon. Yeah, I could probably do that. I could.
And then do a coffee at noon, and then 2 bags of candy at 4.
No coffee right at the start. I feel like that's the best part of waking up is Folgers in my cup. What's their slogan, man?
Yeah.
That was,
just let that one sit.
The smell of coffee in the morning,
I've had,
or just the sound of it brewing is phenomenal.
Another thing since we've started doing the diet, my coffee intake has gone through the roof.
Oh, really?
But I've stopped energy drinks for the most part. I had one on Sunday.
I've gone opposite land. I've almost stopped coffee completely. I think I've had 1 cup in 2 weeks.
I've had like 4 cups during the show.
Well, I do have I've got a sugar-free Monster here.
Is there carbs in it though? Because that was the issue. On Sunday when I was driving back home from Long Beach, I looked down at my sugar-free, calorie-free.
6 carbs.
Yeah. See, I don't even get it. How can you have no calories? How can you have no sugar, but there's still carbs? That's like 6 of your 20 carbs you can have today.
Oh, that's fine. I could have 4 of these.
That would be 24.
Oh, 24. Yeah. Well, I could have 3 of them. Yeah. Why? God, that's a bummer. Gosh.
Yeah, you got to find a no carb energy drink.
This is so hard. This is honestly so
Is
difficult.
this the toughest thing you've ever had to do?
Yeah, probably. This has been rough. And it's mostly because I feel terrible. I mean, like I have a headache. I've had a headache for literally since the day after we started this. But next level fit guy.
And we're gonna weigh in, and you'll have lost like 1 pound.
That I would cry. Like I would. This is a lot of work for nothing.
See, I feel good.
Do you really?
Yeah, I don't feel bad at all.
Maybe it's
And I enjoy what I'm eating also, which is strange because I'm not eating all that much.
I feel like I'm eating way less.
Way
Way
less.
less.
It's not even close.
Yeah, and when I do eat, I am getting full faster.
Because there's science behind it, right?
Okay.
So when you're eating chips or stuff that's like super salty and lots of carbs, like your body just continues to crave more and more of it. Like you could sit
It's
down
good.
and eat a bag of potato chips and just not stop.
That's fine.
In fact, even the fuller you get, the more you want because they're empty. It's like you're not really even putting anything in your body except for the carbs, but it's not making you full at all.
Have I talked to you about the big Texas
You
cinnamon
have.
roll?
And we could eat that right now and want another one 2 minutes later. But when you're eating protein, super high protein, and you're eating steak and carnivore stuff, when you're full, you're actually full because you're eating stuff with substance. Same thing with vegetables.
Well, we can't have those.
You're right.
Because
For now, for the
carnivores.
next 2 weeks.
We're carnivores. Oh, I get. Man, this seems like a weird diet. I don't know why we chose this. And also, when you're talking about the vegan diet, that seems even more difficult. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how that one's gonna.
I have a game plan for it. It's not going to be fun. I think we try to ease ourselves into it and maybe go pescatarian first, so we can at least have fish.
What the hell is that?
It's fish and veggies. That's all you eat.
Oh, well, I might as well just have veggies. I'm not a fish person.
And see, that's why I'm easing you.
You know
into
what I'd like those fish sticks.
That doesn't
Dude,
count.
like those.
That doesn't count.
It's minced fish and then battered.
But the plan for when we go vegan is I'm just gonna make cauliflower chicken wings every day
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah,
you can make like buffalo cauliflower soaked and air fry them,
You
and they'll
don't-
be really good.
You don't feel like you're gonna get sick of that in 2 days?
I thought I was gonna get sick of this stuff, but I'm not. I can do like turkey bacon, ground beef, a little bit of cheese every day.
Oof. Man, I had ground turkey I was doing with the keto thing, and I had it for like 3 days in a row. I'm like, I never want to eat this again ever in my life. Couldn't take it.
Poor guy.
Yeah, well, it's fine.
720 on the text line. Rockstar Pure Zero has 1 carb.
What? Hang on now. That's good.
Maybe we should get a pallet.
We could have 20 of those.
408 Fletch, you got homework for tonight. It's to go home and watch Beetlejuice.
Thank
By the way,
you.
I was born in 1989 and I love it.
Yeah.
I was born in 1996.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Because Beetlejuice is awesome. You do have homework. You need to go do that. The NFL not easing up on their betting policy. There's another. Wait, what was that? What was that look of defeat?
Our guy Frank on Twitter just sent us his breakfast sandwich.
Oh no. Is it amazing?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Gosh, I'll have to check it out. Also, Carolyn, Queen of the North, she did finally post her list. We were not on the list. We didn't make the list.
Who is on the list?
Let me see if I can find it here. Well, I'll have to find it the next break here. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the NFL betting policy. We'll get into that a little deeper and the latest person suspended for gambling, as well as Carolyn's list coming up next. The NFL gambling policy has another victim. We'll see who it is. Yeah, there was an echo there because I had my volume up on my computer, Ben. But we'll talk about it coming up next. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. We do have tickets we have to give away here. In fact, we're going to do a pair coming up in 7 minutes. We'll do it at 7:55 on the dot. Danny Elfman, he's going to be at North Island Credit Union Amphitheater on August 3rd. You can get tickets and info at Ticketmaster.com or call us at 844-570-1360. Not now, in 6 minutes from now. 7:55. 7:55 is when you want to make that call to get those tickets for Danny Elfman. Meanwhile, in the NFL, they have a gambling policy that is no go. You can't do anything. Can't do it.
That's probably the right move.
Yeah.
Look, so many people have gotten caught this offseason that it might be time to just drop the hammer. And I think that a lot of people got caught because the rules weren't super clear.
Mhm.
And so people were breaking rules that they didn't know they were breaking. And now, I mean, so what's the new rule exactly? You just no NFL betting at all? No,
Not on property.
no any betting on property?
Any betting at all on property.
I think that's what it
no
was.
NFL at all, and then and no betting on anything on property. At least that's as far as I can gather from it. I thought the list was a little bit lengthy on the rules. I mean, you want to make it clear. Give me one rule: don't bet. Otherwise, if you want to let people bet. I mean, the end. Look, they're trying to create a environment that is, squeaky clean. They don't want any question at all about any games, so they don't want anybody betting on any games. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think that there's going to keep being issues until a big name gets caught gambling.
Well, this one not a big name. Well, it's a big name as far as letters, and vowels.
Don't even try. This is the Broncos guy.
Yeah, Broncos
he's
defensive end.
A fourth stringer.
He is right. Do you want? No, can I try it?
Yeah, give it a shot.
Ioma Uwatzuriki.
Good try.
I mean,
in fact, I think you nailed it.
He's suspended for the season. He'd
Right.
be the 10th player now.
That's what I'm saying. Until like Joe Burrow gets caught gambling, I don't think there's just going to keep coming up names of like fourth round or fourth stringers who get caught and suspended for a full year.
Well, yeah, no,
Like,
without a doubt.
Calvin Ridley so far is the biggest name, but he was also the first name. That was like a year.
Right. That is
2
true.
years ago.
That is true.
Hey, I have an NFL question for you.
Yeah, NFL question me.
You ready for it?
Mhm.
Hang on.
Okay. Woo. Yes.
Can't not do that. NFL question. In the last 10 years, NFC, who has the best record, regular season?
Wow.
Just to take a guess.
Regular season, it's going to be something that's going to shock me in some manner. It's going to be like Dallas, maybe the Vikings.
Not Dallas, not the Vikings. Dallas is 4th, though, and Vikings are 6th.
Okay. All right. Who's top?
Seattle Seahawks.
No way.
Over the last 10 years, the Seattle Seahawks have 103, 58, and 1 record. The Green Bay Packers, the only other team over 100 wins at 160, 60, and 2. Then it's the Saints, the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Vikings, the Rams, the Cardinals, the Panthers, the 49ers, the Falcons, the Bucks, the Lions, the Bears, the Commanders, and guess who's dead last?
Well, you already said Cardinals. That would have been my guess. Cardinals on last. Did you say Detroit already?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know. Dallas. No, wait, you said Dallas is 4th. I don't know.
The New York Giants.
No
dead
way.
last at 61, 101.
Wow. Well,
And that's part of the Eli years, too.
yeah, I know. That is part of the Eli years.
49ers are low on that list, man.
They are low. That's it's incredible to me. Well, 2013 to maybe 18, 19?
Yeah, they were bad.
Yeah.
There were some dark years.
There were, maybe it's before that. When was the Kaepernick year?
Kaepernick was 13.
Oh, was it that far back?
Dude, it was a long time ago.
Oh,
The year he
okay.
made it to the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game, maybe 14.
All right.
But it was a while ago.
You also had some information that you dropped on me during the break, a little breaking news with Bronny James.
Oh, yeah, man. This is tough. So a lot will come out of this, but TMZ reporting about 15 minutes ago, and TMZ generally doesn't get this stuff wrong, and now every other news source is running with it.
Yeah.
Bronny James, I guess yesterday during practice at USC, suffered a cardiac arrest. It was and was rushed to the hospital. So Bronny James is like 19 years old, I think, maybe 20. But cardiac arrest at practice for USC. He ends up being rushed to the hospital, was in the ICU. He is now out of the ICU. The LeBron James family released a statement saying that they want their privacy, that Bronny's doing fine. He's back at home. But what a scary situation, man.
That's awful. That is awful. Man, keep your fingers crossed. Hearts, prayers, everything goes out to the James family. Yeah, that's bad news. I don't like that at all. That's scary. Meanwhile,
what brings on something like that as a 19, 20-year-old?
Who knows? My wife Sarah, she went to school with a guy that, I mean, he literally, while playing basketball, just fell over and was done. It turned out he had an enlarged heart. Nobody knew. It was, I mean, very, very sad. So those kind of things happen. But I'm assuming someone like Bronny James has been looked at medically up and down over and over and over again. So who knows what this is? And hopefully it's something that they can find, they can stop, they can fix. If there's some underlying problem there, they can look at and go, whew, man, it's a good thing that this happened, because now we know it's there and we can protect you from it.
Well, this will be the second time in the show today that a sponsor has saved us from kind of a sad segment. Earlier, it was the Padres. Now it's the Bronny James thing, which, man, that's horrifying for someone that young. But I want to tell everybody about the Remy, our new favorite steakhouse.
God, I love the Remy so
Have you
much.
been there since our day with Frank the Tank?
Yeah, I took Sarah there one night. Love the Remy.
You know what's great about the Remy?
What's that?
Fits in the carnivore diet.
It does.
Because as Frank the Tank says, who cares about sides? It's about the steaks.
Look, and I'm saying that I feel like we could break the diet. We could break the carnivore diet. Wait, are drinks allowed in the carnivore diet?
I mean, just because of what our show is, it kind of has to be.
Okay, well, it's good because, look, they are a fine dining experience. They offer an incredible menu. They feature premium American Wagyu meat cuts, seafood, crafted cocktails, both new and old world wines. And that's what I'm talking about, those crafted cocktails. When we were there and we had bartender Ken with the most beautiful mustache you've ever seen in your life, wearing that, that it's not a fedora, but that's
a classic cowboy hat.
Yeah, man. And he was just chipping away the ice cubes, doing a little spin in the glass, putting the Remy stamp on the ice as he poured the drink over. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
And if you mentioned that you came from Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, and we sent you, I mean, they take good care of you always, but they'll take extra good care of you if you say that we sent you, because it's contemporary American classics, Western grit with a modern twist. And that's the perfect way to describe it. We've posted a lot of picture and video from inside the Remy. You look at everything looks very modern, but then there's a reminder that there's a billy goat on the wall that everyone tells me is actually a mountain goat. And there's a bear on the wall. And there's black and white photos of Frank the Tank and his son Kingsley at the ranch in Whitefish, Montana. And Trav, I'm going to ask you to do a Rich impression and tell me about what goes down at that ranch in Whitefish,
I don't know.
Montana.
I don't know if I can do it justice. Japanese bulls mate with, where are they from?
New Jersey.
New Jersey heifers. And they come together. You got one good thing in this hand. You got another good thing in this hand. When you put them together, you got one good thing, and that is that American Wagyu meat. And I got to tell you, it's the best I've ever had in my life.
It's marbled throughout. It is fantastic steak. If you're looking for some fun, head on down to the Remy. The RemySD.com is where you want to go for their reservations. And don't forget about the extensive wine list. Vintage bottles provide something for everyone and every occasion. We did this. I had a group of guys, about 7 of us went to the Remy. Mo was our server. Ken was our bartender, the craftsman behind the bar. We had an awesome, awesome night. They took great care of us.
Yeah. Bring your friends, bring your family, go there for lunch, dinner, private dining, bring everyone you know. Book your reservation at theremysd.com. That's theremysd.com. You will not be disappointed. I promise you on that. Phone lines are open right now, 844-570-1360. If you want to win those Danny Elfman tickets, that's coming up. Also, Pat Freeman on the other side from the Buffalo Criterion. We're going to talk to him about the latest with Naheem Hines coming up next.
We're number 3, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by Staples Stores. Padres, their struggles against the Pirates continue, losing 8-4 last night at Petco Park. Darvish giving up 4 homers in the loss, 2 more against the Pirates here before a Thursday off day at home where hopefully the Padres can get right mentally. NL West scores yesterday. Giants lose 5-1 to the Tigers. Rockies beat the Nationals 10-6. D-backs lose to the Cards 10-6. And the Dodgers lose to the Blue Jays in extra innings 6-3. Some breaking news this morning out of Los Angeles. LeBron James's son, Bronny James, he was rushed to the hospital after suffering a cardiac arrest during a basketball workout yesterday. This all per TMZ. He is out of the ICU now, back at home. The LeBron James family releasing a statement this morning asking for privacy and that they will update the media when there's more information. Staples has great prices on back-to-school essentials, and right now you can save an additional $10 on your in-store purchase of $50 or more. At Staples, school savings are always in session. Ends July 29th. Exclusions do apply. School on, save on at Staples.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it here on a Tuesday morning. Got a little lightheaded on that one, Ben.
It was deep.
It was deep. I was digging deep.
He's a big boy with a big scream.
That's right. That's right. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Rich out on vacation this week. He will be back with us next week. And something that we've been following a lot, not only NFL. I mean, we love the NFL, but this is the last week without football. So a little bit of a celebration there, but not a big celebration out in Buffalo right now. There was some problems with Nyheim Hines. He is out for the season because he blew out his knee. We're bringing on Pat Freeman, our buddy, to the show here. He's with the Buffalo Criterion, knows all things Bills. That's why we're talking to him. Pat, how are you this morning?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing fantastic, man. We are doing fantastic. Better than Bills fans right now, that's for sure, because, man, Nyheim Hines, he was supposed to be like the man, right? I mean, at least one of them out there in Buffalo. But now the report is he blew out his knee. We're getting word that it's a torn ACL. I don't know if that's legit or not. I'm going to ask you that question. Is that what it is?
We've got no real confirmation yet. The Bills haven't officially given us a release. We'll probably get that in the morning. We'll meet with head coach Sean McDermott at 9:15 tomorrow morning in Rochester, New York. His training camp gets open tomorrow. But from what we're hearing, that is pretty much accurate.
So explain to me exactly what happened here. He was jet skiing. He was just sitting there on a jet ski and got hit.
And he got hit, and they haven't released any information about the person that did it, but it sounds like he was just out for a good time, and unfortunately, somebody was not doing everything they needed to do with a jet ski and hit him, and unfortunately, this injury is going to put him out for the season. We do know that.
Now, if there's one team that can sustain an injury to the running back position, it's probably the Bills. The depth chart is deep as heck. I mean, you got James Cook, Damian Harris, Latavius Murray, Jordan Mims, but where was Nyheim Hines going to fit into that if he were to be able to play the 2023 season?
I think he would have been more in the return game. He had a very good end of the year. If you remember, right after Damar Hamlin's incident, he returned a kickoff return, and he really had a great game against the Miami Dolphins. So, it's something that I think he would have been that intangible factor, because the Bills, unfortunately, the last few years, one of the biggest drawbacks of them is not running the football enough during games. And they do have a pretty good contingency of running backs coming into camp. But I think Nyheim Hines would have been a force in the return game because he has outstanding speed. Also, he's a factor in coming out of the backfield as a running back because of his speed. So there was a lot of intangibles that you had with Nyheim Hines, and a lot of people were looking forward to him being a part of the team this year.
Ben Fletcher also was looking forward to being part of his team. He's on his legacy fantasy team.
Dynasty. Come on,
sorry,
man.
dynasty team. Yeah, it's
Right.
rough. It's rough. Yeah. So Ben Fletcher over here also quite upset. But man, the Bills have been in the news a lot this offseason, partly because of the Stephon Diggs, Buffalo Bills training camp drama. Then we were told the whole thing was overblown. I mean, it was no big deal at all. You're there, man. You're part of the media. You're in Buffalo. Was the whole thing overblown?
I just think it was not handled the right way, and I think the Bills really should have addressed it right after that Cincinnati loss, because obviously going into that game and during the game, you could see the tension brewing between Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, and possibly the coaching staff on some of the calls being made. But then also, too, by not settling it right after the season, you go into the draft and you take another tight end after you give Dawson Knox this big extension, and you take a tight end. Matter of fact, they moved up to get Dalton Kincaid in the first round of the draft. And I think it left Stephon Diggs wondering where he fit in this particular brand of offense. So this is a guy that's been very productive here. He's done everything he's supposed to do. He's being paid enough money, but I think the Bills kind of dropped the ball in not settling this right after that Cincinnati playoff game, letting it linger throughout the offseason. And I view that as a pretty much a mistake.
Pat, when you look at Josh Allen's progression through his NFL career, when he was drafted, a lot of people said it was a little bit of a reach by the Buffalo Bills, that he was just a gunslinger that wouldn't be able to control it. Well, he's changed that into a perennial MVP candidate. And I think that a big part of that was Brian Dable and his ability to really teach Josh from the ground up. Now that Brian Dable's gone, and this will be his second full season with Ken Dorsey as the OC, and Sean McDermott as the head coach, obviously. But is Josh Allen's progression, do you think, at all stunted by the fact that Brian Dable is no longer a part of the Bills?
No, I don't think so, because Ken Dorsey was always the guy in the room because he was the quarterback coach. Now that he is the offensive coordinator, I think there are several things that you're missing with having an experienced guy like Brian Dable, that Brian Dable did a lot to help Josh Allen become the player that he is. But Josh Allen himself put the work in. Because everything you said about him going into the draft, we saw that first year. His accuracy was off. His timing was off. But he started working at that, and he did a fantastic job over the last few years in improving his game. And we've seen a steady improvement from him each year, even though last year was his first year without Brian Dable. And obviously there was a change, but Josh Allen is still one of the most powerful offensive weapons in the NFL. And I think I'm really looking forward to him having a great year.
We're talking with our buddy Pat Freeman with the Buffalo Criterion, covering the Bills out there in Buffalo. And another weapon signed by the Bills, tight end Jace Sternberger. How does he fit in with the offense?
I don't know.
Okay. Good. Same.
I don't. I mean, that room is getting a little crowded right now, and I think you've made a significant investment in both Dawson Knox with a huge extension and Dalton Kincaid being a first-round pick. And also, a lot of people aren't talking about Quentin Morris coming back. Quentin Morris is a serviceable third tight end in this room, and I don't know where that signing really fits in, and even if whether or not he'll be active during the games. Maybe he might make, with the changes to the practice squad, you might see one or two of those guys coming in and out of that. But I don't know. I think your main two guys are going to be Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, with Quentin Morris as a very serviceable third tight end. I don't know where the other it's three other guys that are on the roster. I don't know where they fit as this roster starts taking shape beginning tomorrow.
Pat, you look at the AFC East, it is going to be quite the division this year. I think the AFC East and the AFC West, probably two of the better divisions, but the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the Patriots, the Jets got a lot better. The Dolphins continue to add weapons. The Patriots won't be as bad as they were because now they have an actual offensive coordinator. How do you see this division shaking out, and will it be as much of a kind of walk through the park as it was for the Bills last year?
Well, I definitely see the improvement of every other franchise in the division. I think it's going to be very, very competitive. The Bills have a very, very tough schedule, probably one of the toughest in the NFL. And of course, the Bills have been on top the last few years as being a team to beat each and every year of the last few years. And I think it's just going to be a challenge for them each and every week. They're not hiding. You can't hide that they're a good team. They're going to be at you every single week, and they have a very, very tough schedule. They have Kansas City on the schedule. They have Cincinnati on the schedule. You got to play each team in the AFC East twice. So there are no weeks off in the NFL, and certainly with the changes they have, especially on the defensive side of the ball, which you don't have Leslie Frazier anymore. You also to me, you lost one of the best middle linebackers in football in Tremaine Edmonds to the Chicago Bears. That's going to be a big challenge for the Buffalo Bills. And not having Von Miller completely healthy at the beginning of the season is also going to be something they're going to have to look at.
Pat Freeman, Buffalo Criterion. Pat, we appreciate you coming on, man, as always, buddy.
My honor and pleasure. I'm always available for you guys. I'm a big fan of yours, and let's get it done. I'm looking forward to this season.
Same. Keep us posted here on the Himes update when it comes out.
All right, I'll do that. Stay in touch.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Pat. There he goes, Pat Freeman.
I love
such
East
a good
Coast
dude.
guys in the morning because they're awake.
I know. Yeah, no. You know what I asked
Pat's
him?
always ready to go.
I'm like, hey, can you come on at 8:00? And he's like, yeah, that's 11. No problem. Like, perfect. So yeah, no, Pat's a good guy, and always a lot of fun to talk to.
He's also the happiest person maybe ever in Buffalo.
Oh, without a doubt.
People in Buffalo don't have that
Without
much.
a doubt. There's never been more laughter out of Buffalo from Pat. It's fantastic. The Texans and CJ Stroud, they agreed to terms on a 4-year, $36.3 million fully guaranteed rookie contract.
It is a good time to be one of the top picks in the NFL draft.
No doubt. Now, it's also his deal includes a $23.38 million signing bonus that he will receive upfront.
Yeah, so that's all. It's slated out by the NFL. So the first pick gets X, CJ Stroud being the second pick. That's what he was going to get. They just had to sign it. And so now that it's all signed, CJ Stroud ready to go and take over. Houston's an interesting team coming into this season because I just don't see how they're going to be any better than they were last year. Like, it's just going to be another year of suck.
Yeah.
But what you hope to see for them, I guess, is that CJ Stroud can take the reins quickly and sort of learn fast and maybe surprise some people because they are desperately in need of a quarterback who can stable the ship after Deshaun Watson left them in all the turmoil that he did.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, some of these teams that have just been so poor, you're going to see a turnaround. And I do think that, I mean, like a team like Houston, I mean, they've put together some good building blocks here. They're not going to be the same team as last year.
They're going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, they'll be better.
I'll make a burrito bet with you right now that says they have the worst record in the league by the end of the year.
Gosh, that's a hard bet to take because I don't know if you're completely wrong. But for a burrito, I'll do it.
And by that point, hopefully
on.
We're not still carnivores.
Ooh.
We can eat tortillas again.
Otherwise, we just have to get a carne asada burrito and dump it out.
Just a bowl.
A bowl of beef.
Dude, so that our guy Frank, he wasn't sending us a picture of his breakfast sandwich on Twitter. He was sending us a picture of the burger that he made last night.
Yeah. Oh, that was the burger from last night.
I
that
want it so bad.
Why does it look so perfect?
It looks amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
we're really depriving ourselves here. I'm proud of us though.
You are?
Yeah.
I find it really depressing. Really depressing.
I'll be proud of us if when we step on the scale, when Rich gets back and all three of us have lost 7, 8, 9 pounds.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
That's when I'll feel really proud of us.
That would be crazy. Jaylen Brown and the Celtics apparently agree to a 5-year, $304 million supermax extension.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I think there were some question marks whether that would get done.
Yeah, no
All
doubt.
right, we're doing a really good job of distracting ourselves from what's happening here in San Diego.
Padres?
Yeah.
We got to talk Padres again?
I mean, dude, okay, so last night, for people that weren't here in the 6 o'clock hour, last night was a real kick in the nards because it was exactly what we were expecting to happen. So I'll read it again just because people should hear it. But essentially, Kevin Acee in his article before the game yesterday. Hang on while I pull this exact quote up. But mentioned how bad the Pirates have been against everyone in the league except for the Padres. So here's the quote. The Pirates have lost 12 of 13 before sweeping the Padres last month in Pittsburgh. Since sweeping the Padres, the Pirates have lost 13 of 17. Quinn Priester, the starter for the Pirates tonight, he allowed the Guardians 7 runs over 5 1/3 innings in his major league debut last Monday. We'll see how many Padres are properly engaged. Now, again, that was before yesterday's game, mentioning how bad the Pirates have been and how bad that starter was when he made his major league debut 1 week ago. And he comes out against the Padres and kind of shoves outside of the first batter he faced, which was Hassan Kim, who hit a home run.
Dude, it's depressing. It's depressing.
And it's not surprising, which I think is the worst part about it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really it is, because it's not surprising, because now and then really low lows. The problem is the lows last way too long. I mean, you can have a bad game. You can't have a bad stretch. And there's been plenty of bad stretches by the Padres. That's why they're sitting 5 games under 500. I mean, it's mind-blowing to me how great they can play one day and how terrible they can play the next.
And unfortunately, with how bad the National League has been in, the Padres are still just hanging on by this thread, which means the Padres fan base is still hanging on by a thread. I mean, last night was the 40th sellout at Petco Park this year. You know what the previous record was? 24.
Wow.
And they've already gotten to 40, and there's still 50-something games left in the season.
I mean, that's a testament to one, how much San Diego loves this team. Two, the high that everybody's still riding on from last season when they made their postseason run, and the fact that, like you said, there's still hope. They are still holding on to this fact that they could move on and move forward, get into the postseason, have a great run, have a great season. I mean, honestly, anything less than a World Series, I think, is still considered a failed season at this point. But yeah, you got to get to the postseason. You got to get there somehow. They're 6 games out of a wild card spot. It is not insurmountable. It does seem like a lofty goal, but it can happen. But they got to win. They got to win. I know Manny Machado was asked about, hey, what do you have to do here going down the stretch? And he said, yeah, we're not looking that far ahead. We're looking one game at a time here. We got to come out and win. And that's what we're going to do. And he said that before yesterday.
I had to scroll down a little bit to find it. But on the text line from the 619, I think this really sums up what a lot of fans are feeling. With the inconsistency that the Padres have shown so far this season, I say that not only will they not make the playoffs, but they don't deserve to even be there. What do you say to that? And I kind of agree with the statement. However, not a whole lot of teams in the National League do. I mean, a lot of people are having the same struggles the Padres are having. That's not to excuse it. The Padres spent a lot of money on this team, on this roster, to be able to put up enough runs to take care of one bad pitching performance by Yu Darvish, who's largely been really, really good this season. Mm-hmm. Like, even if Yu has an off night, there's no reason this offense can't score 9 runs in a game. We've seen him do it. It's good enough to do it. They just aren't doing it. And I think when you look at this Padres and the season's over and however it ends, I don't see it right now ending with a World Series. 99% sure that's not going to happen. But I think the big factor is going to be that they don't have enough depth on this team, both in the bullpen and in the order. Like when you go to the bench, it just feels like it's already over. When you go to the bullpen, it feels like it's already over. They can't take one mistake from Yu Darvish having an off night and recover from it. They just fold up and die, which is inexcusable.
Absolutely. And it's like you said, you can score more than 8 runs. I mean, Saturday they did 14. Sunday was Sunday I think it was 14. Saturday I think it was still in the double digits. I mean, they can score runs. This team has the talent. This team can turn on the offense. They just don't. And yeah, the bench has been absolutely miserable. And it is a feeling of just, oh my gosh, we got to get past this island. We got to get around this order here. And that sucks.
It's roster construction, in my opinion. Like the tops of the tops are really good. And Manny Machado, by the way, has been really good. Juan Soto has been really good over the last 2-3 months. Manny over the last month and a half. Fernando's been pretty good all year. It's when you get a little lower on, Jake Cronenworth has been awful this season. Trent Grisham actually kind of turned it around a little bit lately, but for most part has been awful this season. And then you get to the bench, and the guys that you brought in to be your DH between Nelson Cruz and Matt Carpenter have largely given you nothing. Rufnet Ador has been DFA'd. Austin Nola is nothing, and he's gone now too. Like, it's roster construction to the point where once you get past the first 5 or 6 guys in the lineup who also haven't had their best years, there's nothing to back those guys up, which is why as we get closer to the trade deadline, it's Ken Rosenthal would call it organizational malpractice not to move on from Hader or Snell and try to get as much back as you can to replenish a little bit of those guys in the back half of the lineup or in the back half of the bullpen that could actually make something happen for you, because right now it's not getting it done. And it's not getting it done in large part because you don't have depth anywhere.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. You've nailed it. You've hit every point. And it's the problem is man, we've said it 50 times this season. Literally over 100 games. It's every other game that you're going, what the hell is going on? And that's just unfortunate. So until the Padres prove otherwise, until something changes, that's all there is to say.
619 has something else to say.
Yeah, what's that?
Fire Bob Melvin. He portrays weakness. The fans want him out. Is it Melvin's fault? Like, if you honestly think that, 619, I don't blame you. Like, it's pretty easy to blame him right now, but is it really Melvin's fault or is it Preller's fault?
Well, it's Melvin's fault on some things.
Or here's a shocker: is it the player's fault?
Yeah, there's that too. There's a lot that you can try to pass blame around somewhere. The 858 Beetlejuice, easily Tim Burton's best movie. I agree. I would say Batman from 1989 is number 2.
I'll give it a shot. Wait, the Tim Burton Batman, is that the one with
Michael Keaton?
But is it Jack
Nicholson?
Nicholson?
Yeah,
he's the Joker in that one.
that is correct.
That is a good movie. I've seen
It's
that.
great. It's great.
The
Great
one with
movie.
Danny DeVito. Nah.
No. You've gone too far. Gone way too
The
far.
one with what's it? George Clooney.
No,
Bad.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all. No, that 1989 Batman is awesome. Gonna take a quick break here. We still have Rod Stewart tickets we're gonna be giving away a little bit later, and don't mess with the USA. We'll explain. Coming up next.
This update is presented by Staples Stores. Padres, their struggles against the Pirates continue. They lose 8-4 last night at Petco Park. Yu Darvish giving up 4 home runs in the losing effort. 2 more against the Pirates here before a Thursday day off at home. NL West scores. Giants lose 5-1 to the Tigers. Rockies beat the Nationals 10-6. D-backs lose to the Cards 10-6. And the Dodgers fall to the Blue Jays in extra innings. Took 11 of them, 6-3. LeBron James's son, Bronny, he was rushed to the hospital after suffering cardiac arrest during a basketball workout yesterday. This being reported by TMZ. A LeBron James family spokesperson told TMZ yesterday while practicing, Bronny James suffered a cardiac arrest. Medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. He is now in stable condition, no longer in the ICU. We ask respect for and privacy for the James family, and we will update the media when there is more information. Over in the NFL, big news this morning. Saquon Barkley and the Giants have come to terms on a 1-year deal worth a potential of $11 million. 10.1 is guaranteed. 900,000 in incentives if he exceeds 1,300 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, 65 receptions this season. Some other NFL news: the Las Vegas Raiders boost their secondary. They add 3-time Pro Bowler cornerback Marcus Peters, who's around 30 years old. Staples has great prices on back-to-school essentials. Right now, you can save an additional $10 on your in-store purchase of $50 or more. Staples, school savings are always in session. Ends July 29th. Exclusions do apply. School on, save on at Staples. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on a Tuesday. We've talked a lot about the Padres today and their failure to beat the Pirates, who have now beat them 4 straight times in 4 straight games. Even though the Pirates continue to lose to everybody else, we do still have a pair of tickets to give away to see Rod Stewart at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater coming up on August 5th. I believe it's a Saturday show, so if you want to take a little date night out to see Rod Stewart at the NICUA, awesome spot to be. I'll be there a couple times over the next few weeks. Put down the Texas cinnamon roll. We can't eat it.
I've set it on the laptop in front of me, and it's warm now. It's perfect.
We can't eat it.
This show's a lot harder to do with 2 people.
I
just
starving
heads up.
also.
Yeah, I am also very hungry. Very, very hungry.
It's harder because you have to run around during commercial breaks and be Big Rich for everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on Rich duty. So we're doing laps around here. He does a lot. The big guy does a lot. Whew, I'm out of breath. Rodney Thomas, the father of Indianapolis Colts safety Rodney Thomas II, has been hit with an indictment on federal charges after he allegedly shot and killed a bald eagle back in May in Pennsylvania.
What? How do you have to be that stupid?
How, for real?
Like, how do you see literally something that you've seen every day in your life since you were 5 years old?
Right.
The bald eagle as the symbol of America, and you decide to go shoot it? Also, why is our symbol the bald eagle?
Because they were birds here in America.
Yeah, but why is it that? Like, I would way rather have like a bull
than a bald eagle.
I think so.
No
Don't
way.
you?
No way.
Like, what's cool about a bald eagle?
Look at the talons. Look at that beak.
Yeah, but
Look
they're
how
not bald.
big and majestic they are. Well, they look bald from afar because they're white on top.
I'm cool with the fact that we have bald eagle. Like, it's very patriotic. They are majestic creatures. But wouldn't you rather have something with a little more power?
No, I want the
like
bald
a bull
eagle
or a grizzly bear.
Dude,
a grizzly bear.
Eagle. That's California.
Yeah, but grizzly bear.
The bald eagle though is rad. Wingspan, all spread out. Mount Crushmore of beers.
That was cool,
right? Eagle with a little top hat. Nothing more American than that. Nothing. Look, Rodney Thomas is an idiot. I mean, a complete idiot.
Is that automatic arrest if you kill a bald eagle?
I would think so. I mean, I don't know the rules to that, but I would think that would be a very big no-no there. I mean, come on. That's the national bird. There's not that many of them.
Yeah, but so when you see somebody who has like one of them mounted in their like Montana Lodge or something,
no one has a bald eagle mounted.
I'll bet you someone has a bald eagle mounted.
If they do, that is also not good. You shouldn't have.
What if it's like draped in American flags though?
No, unless I don't know. Maybe if you found it dead on the road. Have you ever seen a bald eagle dead on the road?
I have not.
Nor have I.
Do they even live where we live?
Yeah, there's bald eagles.
I don't think so. There's no bald eagles in San Diego.
They like to be up where it's cooler though. You got to get mountain range.
I mean, I've seen a bald eagle before, but not in California.
You've never seen a bald eagle in California?
Maybe.
What?
I thought they were mostly like in the Midwest.
No, I've seen a bald eagle in Temecula when I lived up there. Are you looking to where a bald eagle lives? I'm going to say all over the country. I mean, it's the national bird, man.
More than 1,000 bald eagles have been counted in California.
See?
It doesn't feel like very many, though.
No, it doesn't. I do. That will go into my book of my second book, Where Do Birds Go to Die? Because you never see dead birds around. Where do they go?
Yeah, well, they're robots from China. Everyone knows that.
Every
Travis.
bird?
Usually winding Northern California highways, 120 feet Ponderosa pines.
Mhm.
That is where you find a lot of bald eagles.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. I feel that. Look, there's some SoCal bald
where
eagles, though.
do birds go to die?
I don't know. We don't know the answer. That'll be found out in my book, Where Do Birds Go to Die?
I mean, I have accidentally killed a bird before, not a bald eagle, but driving. Have you ever hit a bird while you're driving?
Yes.
Because they just explode.
Well,
there's nothing left.
Sort of. I hit a pigeon one time and it broke my windshield. Looks like somebody took a baseball bat to my window.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was rough. It was not good at all. Luckily not a bald eagle though. Man, I would have been so sad if it was a bald eagle. Do you ever when you see like the hawks on the street lights, you ever give them a honk?
No.
I do. I do that with crows too, just to see if they look.
Why?
I like them.
I'll tell you what's cool. If you like when you play Torrey Pines and you see a hawk going after something.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of bunnies and squirrels on the course at Torrey Pines, and they'll go after them. And then every once in a while, you see an eagle or a hawk come down and get one.
Yeah.
And then they just like play with them. Like
they
bring them up
take
into
them
the air.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. That's nature. It's nice. Well, Rodney Thomas is an idiot and should go to jail because that is absolutely stupid. But yeah, do we have to go back to the Padres?
No, we don't have to.
I mean,
you can talk about the fact that there's going to be like a big international soccer match at
there's that
Snapdragon Stadium.
Yeah, Wrexham damn near killed them.
That we're 34 days away from Aztecs football now.
That is correct. 43 days away from the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Carolyn Blocka, her list, by the way, an update on that. First, she said Bradley Cooper all the way over Tom Brady. Number 5 on her list, Cam Newton, who displayed lewd acts to a fan, to a heckler.
Has one of the better smiles in NFL history.
It is very nice. It's very nice. Number 4, Broadway Joe. Number 3, Melvin Gordon. Number 2, Tyrod Taylor. Her number 1 go-to man is Steve Young.
Oh, okay. 49ers on the list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Broadway Joe Namath.
Yeah. Right. She did say she loves Justin Herbert.
Doesn't belong here.
She said she also loves Herbert, but she feels too old saying that. I mean, does she feel too young for Joe Namath?
Herbie dates older women. He was like the last girlfriend he was with, I think, was in her 40s.
There you go. Done and done.
43 days, 15 hours, 23 minutes, 22 seconds.
By the way, if you're playing soccer, $1 billion?
That'd be nice.
Come on. Let's see here. What was that total amount again as we go back?
It was $1.1 billion for 1 year for Mbappe.
Yeah, Mbappe, 1.1 billion. So 332 million of a transfer fee to the PSG, and then his salary is another 776 million on top of that.
I wonder what the taxes are like there. Is it more or less than here?
I have no idea. I wait a minute. Well, where would he be taxed?
Yeah, I don't know. Because like I know taxes in like Italy are crazy high. But I don't really know about the rest of the world. So I wonder, out of that $1 billion, like how much is he actually taking home? Because if you were to get paid $1 billion in, say, California, you're walking home with like $420,000.
Wow.
Or 420 million. Sorry.
Yeah. Apparently also, as Twitter is changing their name to X, which I guess, I mean, it's official. They did, even though X.com does not go anywhere yet except Wikipedia. But the logo's up. Elon Musk says that the bird's going away, the everything Twitter related is going away. Apparently, The Simpsons, on one of the episodes, as they were showing someone's phone, was scrolling through.
They called it
X.
Elon probably knew that.
They had the X logo.
I'm sorry. Elon probably like saw that Simpsons episode and was like, oh, we can make another thing where it's like The Simpsons predicts the future. Because there's been something with one of his space launches too that The Simpsons predicted.
They predict everything. How is this possible?
I don't think they actually predict anything. I think that they just do stuff on their show, and then every once in a while something kind of similar happens, and then boom, it's related back.
Man, oh man. And as we're talking about people in the hospital, Tori Kelly, who I believe is from Marietta area, She's in the hospital, or at least was. She had blood clots and was rushed to the ICU as well. So
The
what is
singer?
going on? Yeah, Tori Kelly, the singer, the Grammy winner. Yeah, not good.
Yeah, the Bronny James thing is really sad. So TMZ, if you missed it, has the article this morning. This happened yesterday. LeBron James's son, Bronny James, he was rushed to the hospital after suffering a cardiac arrest during a basketball workout at USC. So he was in the ICU yesterday. He has since been out of the ICU. The James family has released a statement this morning saying they'll let everyone know, or let the media know, once there's any news or anything to report. It sounds like he is back home and he's in stable condition. But what a scary situation for, really, I think he's 18, 19 years old.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And the internet already trolling LeBron and Bronny, which man, that is in serious poor
Why?
taste. Is it steroids? Whatever. I
Well,
mean,
he's
come on.
18 years old,
Yeah.
so eat us something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, you know what? God, can you just pump the brakes for a minute on the hate? I mean, let the family figure out what's going on. I mean, this is somebody's kid. This is insanely scary. It doesn't matter if it's LeBron James' kid or I mean, my kid, anybody's kid, your kid. You wouldn't want people saying anything stupid, and just pump the brakes and let things settle down here, and then you can bring your hate back. But because at the moment, I mean, it's scary. Your kid goes to the ICU for cardiac arrest, your heart stopped, man. It's awful.
At 18 years old, it's
18.
terrifying.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. How do you want to give away the Rod Stewart tickets?
We're going to do it in the next segment,
Okay.
and you're going to have to listen out for a code word
Ooh.
that we might be giving out during the tease.
Oh, hey now. Hey now.
So you're going to need to listen through this whole commercial break.
You already have a code word in mind.
I do.
Okay. How did I know? I knew it. I knew that was going to happen. California, number one on the list for something. Not for the amount of bald eagles, although it might be. I would have to look that up. But number one in this particular category, and it's something that I feel like I helped California get to. I'll tell you what that is coming up next. Rod Stewart is going to be at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater on August 5th. Now, you can go to Ticketmaster.com and buy tickets, or you can tell us how we like our fish when we catch them out in Oklahoma, and that is with human-shaped teeth. That's your code word, human-shaped teeth. You can win them next when we ask for you. Coming up next. Yeah, buddy. Woo! Big Wish TD and Fletch. San Diego Sports 760. We got some Rod Stewart tickets to give away. He's going to be at North Island Credit Union Amphitheater on August 5th. And we gave out a code word, a phrase, rather, a series of words during the tease there, during the break. So if you heard it, we're going to ask you when to call in, or ask you to call in, and you have to give that code word or phrase or collection of words, whatever we said there, and you'll win. You'll go see Rod Stewart, North Island Credit Union Amphitheater, August 5th. Going to be awesome. I want to go to that show.
So do I. I know there's a lot of people out there who probably yesterday or the day before probably got that familiar old group text from the one guy who's been in charge of your fantasy football league for years and years and years, who said, hey, we need to start thinking about a draft date. Because like we said, we're only like 44 days away from the start of the NFL season. I actually got that text yesterday. And while I was thinking about that, I turned around and texted Adam Rank.
Okay.
Who is the fantasy guru over at the NFL Network.
Yes.
Adam is going to be joining us tomorrow morning at 7:30 to really just start percolating the minds of everybody out there about what your draft order is going to look like this year, about some of the big storylines as we get into the 2023 NFL season, because you got to start thinking about this stuff early. So if you want to win your league, you're going to want to be listening tomorrow morning at 7:30.
I was passing the hallway yesterday and was invited into a fantasy league here.
The Papani League?
The Papani League.
You want to hear a funny story about that league?
Yeah.
I was in it for 1 year.
What happened? You got booted?
No, I bailed. That league is stupid.
Why?
They charge you for things that they don't tell you about. Papani is sneaky, man.
Oh, hang on.
He's sneaky. So it's $100 buy into the league, which I was fine with, and I said so at the time. After the league year was over, I get a Venmo charge from Eddie Papani for $50. And I'm like, well, what the hell is this?
For transactions?
For transactions.
Wow.
No one ever told me that it cost money to do transactions.
Wow. Jeez Louise.
So I was like, all right, Eddie, I'm never doing this league again.
Wow.
So he asked me this year, he was like, hey, you think Travis would do the league? I was like, sure, I'm not.
I was invited because Brian Long no longer invited. He said we have to be in the building.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I was like, wow. I mean, it only took half a decade for you to give me the invite on the league. But now you've got me questioning whether or not I want to be part of the league.
Look, I'll tell you, there's multiple people on this station who at one time were part of that league and are no longer parts of that.
Really?
I think Rich is the only one who stuck it out.
Wow.
Because Jim Russell, I took Jim's spot back in the day.
Well, that's a bummer. Are we going to have our own league?
We can absolutely do a Big Rich T and Fletch league with listeners.
We have to do the league. I mean, it's mandatory.
Who wants to be the commissioner? Nose goes. I vote one of our listeners does it.
That would be good.
Our guy, Jeremy, the
yeah,
949.
Yeah, he'd be fine.
He should be the league commissioner.
Yeah. Or Budweiser Scott.
Budweiser Scott.
Budweiser Scott be a good commissioner.
Scott Poe, you listening? You'd be a great commissioner, bro.
That would be a good one for sure. Man, the Bronny James story is splashed all over every news outlet everywhere, and for good reason. Because it's crazy, man. LeBron James' son suffered cardiac arrest. Apparently home now, no longer in ICU. So we mentioned that a couple times, but just very, very scary. So hearts, thoughts, prayers go out to him and the whole family. It's crazy. But would you want to give a time for the call to win Rod Stewart? Because I did see the phone line start to light up.
55 is good.
All right. At 55, 844-570-1360. That's when you're going to call 855. And you got to give us those code words if you want to go see Rod Stewart on August 5th at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. If you want to buy tickets, you can go to Ticketmaster.com or at 855. That's when you're calling in.
So you know how I got that new truck?
Yeah.
So one of the things I've been really wanting to do is go camping.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's a truck thing to do.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm not going to go this weekend, but I do think I'm going to go next weekend. I got to get it in before Aztec season starts because then I love that time of year, but my weekends are gone. So I'm thinking about doing next weekend in San Diego or near San Diego. I'd say within like an hour and a half to 2 hour radius. Hit me up on Twitter at Fletch Sports, where the best spot is to go camping. That's not going to be like 105 degrees because I really don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to go all the way to Big Bear, but I do want to go have like a fun place, preferably like on a lake somewhere where maybe I can rent a pontoon boat for a day.
Big Bear would be cool.
Big Bear would be cool.
What's that, an hour and a half?
Yeah, about that.
I would do that.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, or how about Arrowhead?
But
or
hit
Idlewild.
Hit me up on Twitter at Fletch Sports.
Idlewild.
I don't know what that is.
That's a good one. Look
Travis,
up Idlewild.
I'm asking our listeners to do this, man.
Well, our listeners are probably going to say Idlewild.
Okay,
I'm just saying. California, #1. Congratulations to the state. I felt like I helped out with this.
STDs.
No. Why would I help out with that? No.
Because you're a dirty, dirty boy.
I'm not. No, I did not help out with that, and it is not #1. I wonder
I'll
what
bet
is
you we are #1
I wonder
in
what
STDs.
is the #1 state in STDs. #1 state in STDs. Let's see. California remains in the #1 spot for the total number of STD infections reported. Wow. Well, congratulations twice, because they are also the most sleep-deprived state. How about that? We get the least amount of sleep.
That makes sense too.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. Like I feel like over the last 5.5 years that I've been doing the morning shift, my sleep numbers have gone.
Right. Because the morning shift on sports radio, the sports happens at night.
Right.
So for us to talk about it in the morning, we are watching the stuff at night. So we never sleep.
Last Padres season during the postseason, that time of year was so much fun.
Yes.
Like I would not trade it for anything. However, I think I was averaging about 3 hours of sleep.
Oh my gosh.
For weeks.
Because
the Major League Baseball postseason is so damn long.
Yeah.
Like for weeks, I was averaging going to bed at like midnight, waking up at 3:30.
Yeah, it was literally, I would go, over the 5-day week, work week, I would be like, oh my gosh, I only slept 18 hours in the past 5 days. That's probably a problem.
A bunch of text to get to before we get out. 360, Bob Melvin makes 0 adjustments and is way too passive. Good for young players, not the guy to manage superstars. They need a guy who will light a fire. Interesting.
All right.
I like it. 619. Once the Padres are down late, I feel like they can't come back versus last year. I felt like no lead was safe for the other team. That's a good point. Remember, close games last year, Padres had a crazy record. In fact, in extra inning games, they were incredible. And they had like 5 different walk-offs from one player.
Yeah, no doubt. The 484, the Dumpster Friars. Wow, that's
a really good bad name.
That's a really good bad name. But he's saying they're done, man. Their goal was to sweep or get swept, and that is a feeling a lot of fans are feeling right now. I mean, that is a sentiment that's going across a lot of Padre fans. But the Dumpster Friars, That is a solid dig right there.
615, I believe this is our buddy Scott. Come on, Ben. You know I'm always listening. I'm honored to be thought of, but unfortunately, I know nothing about that time of league. I only know full PPR fantasy. That's all we're asking for. We don't need a dynasty league.
No, not dynasty.
We just need one for like just this year.
Yeah.
Full PPR is fine.
Yeah,
Scott, putting you in charge.
I don't want a dynasty league. That's way too much commitment for me. The 619 saying San Alejo, awesome, well-kept campground, sits on the cliffs overlooking the ocean. Got to go do that.
I'll remember that one.
San Alejo, that's a good call. Who do we think today, Ben?
Today we think Pat Friedman out there in Buffalo. He was the cheeriest person from New York I've ever encountered in my life, I think. We thank Travis Dale for not opening up the Texas-sized cinnamon roll that he, for some reason, bought, even though he knows he can't eat it.
I would like to thank the Big Texas Cinnamon Roll for getting me through my day.
I thank Marty Caswell for ignoring me when I walked by her in the office today. I doubt she knows that I'm alive.
Well, she ignored me as well.
Yeah, she's pretty good at that.
It was weird.
I'm going to go give her a hug.
Okay, we'll do that.
Thank you to all our listeners, our roadies, our texters, our hangers, our bangers. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
There it is. Phone lines lighting up for Rod Stewart tickets. Call right now, 844-570-1360. You want to see him August 5th at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater? Colin Coward and the Herd coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow.